All right. I hope everything's set up because I really didn't do too much. Oh, hi. We live.
Hi.
This is just a special live coverage of everything that's going on outside. And I'm joined here with Naya and Lindsay's on the phone. Please follow
Hello.
along with us as we go throughout today's things, as well as tonight's things anyway. And yeah, let's get started. Like I said, I don't really have anything that we're specifically talking about, but I do know that certain places all around and everybody else is keeping an eye out. So whatever you guys see and hear and look at, just put it in our chat and in the comment section, and we can follow up on it. Because right now it seems like in Philadelphia, they're going through it. That's what you see on the side of your screen right now. I don't know why this cameraman seems to be following this man that just looted. Like he's
he's trying to get a discount.
He's following the man. They just came out of some store. I don't even know what the store. All I know it said "fuck you" on the wall.
Ooh.
Look at that shoe store. The shoe store is ransacked, and it's starting to get dark. So I don't know how worse this is going to get. They're still out in Minnesota. They're still out in DC.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things going on. Everyone is doing live coverage right now. I don't have anybody out in the field. Who knows where Fat Foot Nate is? He's probably getting ready to come in here now that I said that. So they moved from down. Okay, so they've moved from down by Times Square in New York, and now they're in. Looks like they're. I can't see. Stop shaking your camera so I can see. Sorry, I was talking to my photographer. So, what have you guys have been seeing that you want to talk about?
Well, I saw today where the young man, AJ, who was a first year Howard University student, was killed last night protesting in Baltimore peacefully when a van came up and opened fire and he was hit by a bullet. 19 years old.
Wow.
He was majoring in, I believe, IT, to be an IT tech. That's what his major was, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that was his major. So his mother's now asking for help on GoFundMe to bury her son.
Oh man.
Hopefully some celebrities will step up and help the cause. You know, Beyonce has gotten involved. She has given her opinion on the murder of the gentleman last week. She's given her opinion on him. So, you know, maybe she'll step up and pay for the funeral. I'm not sure, but everyone's watching. The whole world is watching right now.
So is Nate. You can't go to hell.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Because I said, I don't know where Flatfoot Nate is.
Oh my God.
He told me to go to hell.
Tell Nate, don't do that. Don't be like that.
What about you, Naya? What have you? Because you were up with me last night, but you never.
Yeah, I was just, I'm just saying there's riots everywhere. Riots everywhere, and I just see it's just getting worse. It's getting worse. It's mainly riots. I sent you guys the video of the guy that got shot. The police. I don't know if I sent it to you, Molly, but I did send it to Lindsay, where the man, he was just, they told, they was arresting him, I guess. I don't know. They told him to put his hands behind his back and they shot him.
Yep.
With what? Gun or rubber bullets?
Huh?
With a gun.
With a gun. Like up close. They was like trying to arrest him. They just shot him, right? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things that's going. It's a lot of killings, a lot of protests, a lot of riots that are going on right now. It's getting outrageous. And that's what I was up last night just watching. And I'm just like, it's not gonna end. It's not gonna stop until some type of justice or some type of something is resolved. This is somebody issue an apology or something. I feel like it's not gonna stop.
No time soon.
Yeah.
It's just gonna keep going, and I feel like this riot is just gonna keep going until they feel like justice has been served or something.
So, do you think this is just for? Well, I guess my question would be, how do you believe that we can remedy this? What will be the end all for?
Honestly,
Get justice. I mean, because what are we really looking for? I asked somebody that earlier. The only reason why I asked that question is because I asked somebody that earlier today.
That is a good question.
What is this protest for? Just injustice or just for George Floyd?
I think it's just for Black people in general, because even though he did get, killed and everything, but it's more people that are popping up now that are still getting killed by the police. So I think it's justice for him, but I also think it's for the past people that's gotten killed by the police. And I think it's future people. And I think it's just Black people in general that are being targeted, even though I don't know the leading up to it, but it's just the after effect that we see is the killing. So I feel like that I don't really know what the protest and what the justice is, but I feel like it's mainly just for us, Black people. We want the respect. We want the equality that everybody else has. We want to be treated with the respect that. I don't know. I can't speak English. What is it? Equilibrium, equality, equality. Yes, we want all of that. My English ain't too good, so don't pick at me. But that's what we want. Because you're out here, you're killing off our brothers, our husbands, our dads. You're killing, even the women are getting beat by the police officers. Like, it's getting out of hand. Now, there are some good police officers, but right now in this, it's kind of hard to find the good police officers because all the bad right now is surfacing. So,
okay, so you guys remember Amy Caprio, the white police officer that was killed by the 4 young teens, and the teens were tried as an adult and they got life. All 4 of them got life. But they ran over her with the car. I would like to see the same thing happen for a white person that kills a Black person. I have yet to see someone go on death row for killing one of us, but we have been on death row for killing them. I want the justice not to be blind anymore.
Right.
So I guess
that's
what
I want.
We're specifically saying that this fight is for police injustice.
I wouldn't say
right now.
I say injustice, period.
Injustice, period. But right now, I feel like it's mainly the police, because if you watch the riots and everything, they are the ones that are being targeted. The police are the ones that are being yelled at, screamed at, thrown stuff at. They're the ones that are being targeted, because right now they are the ones those are the videos that are surfacing, are the police brutality ones, the police killing ones. So I think right now it's just mainly from them, because I'm scared to get stopped by a police officer right now. I don't want to get stopped, sir. I was hesitant. Like, I'm hesitant to even go into a police station for anything, because I don't want it to turn wrong.
Yeah, it'll give you PTSD real fast.
It will. Like I said, there's some good cops out there, but right now it's hard to shine a light on them because all the bad ones are starting to shine through. Even just with the watching a man get killed by him with the knee on his neck, the ones that were around him did nothing. So they are a target too, because they did nothing.
Right.
They just stood there and let that man kill him.
Right.
And they just and they did nothing. And I told Lindsay, it was a video that surfaced recently about the man that had the police officer that had his knee in his neck was beating him in the back seat of the car. He was beating that man in the back seat of the car. Yeah, it was a video that came out. First, they worked together.
With the knee in his neck.
Yeah, he bit. So it was a video showing them that the little Chinese looking one was standing there watching the man beat him in the back of the car. Then he pulled him out. So then that's where the video that we saw came into play, where he had the knee in the neck and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's getting outrageous. They could think because they are who they are and they have the power that they have, that they can just target us to do whatever to us.
Mm-hmm.
And they still have their job, while meanwhile we're dead in a casket 6 feet under or cremated or whatever.
They're waiting for this image to load. I want to show you what's going on in New York right now.
It's crazy. I know Iowa is burning, rioting. Like Minnesota,
Fire,
like
everybody,
everybody is rioting, and I see why. And it's only going to get worse. Like I said last show, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Because people feel like they're not being heard. People feel like they are, their lives isn't valuable anymore.
And you know what irritates me is when we have the Black Lives, and I don't believe in being violent towards any race, any LGBT group, none of that. I don't believe in any of that.
In Atlanta, they just sprayed so much pepper spray down there that they're even running.
Oh wow! But it irritates me when they say, well, when we say Black Lives Matter, they say, well, all lives matter.
But see, that's the question that I had asked y'all before. Does Black lives really matter?
No.
At this point.
No. Not at all.
Because if you look at it, we are the main majority race that are being filmed and killed. I haven't yet seen a video of a Chinese person or Asian or even a white person being killed. I've only seen videos of Black people being killed by the police. Not saying that there are none.
Adversity. We're not only going to survive in the face of oppression and racism, but we're going to thrive.
Black ones.
We're going to build, all right? We're going to...
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I was going to say something about when you mentioned the Asians. Yeah, I've never seen that, but they also don't come out after dark.
I don't come out after dark. I do not leave my house after what time is it? 8:30, it's getting dark.
I don't either, but money plays too much.
Don't. Have you ever seen an Asian outside after dark?
No.
I've seen one time because they got that little. They have a next to the radio station. They have a little carry out down there that they run. But they also, the only time I see them outside after dark is because they're taking the trash out because they live right upstairs.
Yes.
They own the whole building, so they got all of the floors above the restaurant.
I'm not doing this. But that is true though. But you ain't seen a video of them.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
The only video you see about them is when their the nail salons are getting vandalized.
Or they getting yelled at because somebody's being an asshole and don't want to pay for their services, so they being yelled at, so they film it.
Let's talk about that real quick because that's been a topic of conversation too. But don't support them, don't support them, don't support them. And my only problem with when you say don't support them is like, again, that's another divisive thing that you're trying to present. Like, but
you're saying don't support them, but you got these Black owners that. The ones that I came across, that Black nail tech, they want $200-$300 just to do your nails right now because they know that the Chinese are, for one, most of them own shops.
Let's stick with Asians.
Okay, well, the Asians are not, in the shops right now. Mm-hmm. So the Black owners feel like, okay, let me take advantage. So, I DM'd a couple people and it was like, yeah, I'll do your nails, but it's $150 or $110. It's a 10, first of all, full set or fill-in. I wanted a fill-in, but because of right now the economics. I said, well, how much will I fill in? She was like, well, 110.
What?
Who's on 110 fillings? You should have called the Better Business Bureau. To her
I
house.
said,
Straight to her living room.
no, thank you. That's okay. I'm gonna go to Mingling right here. That's doing it in her basement.
And you know why they're doing that, right? Because they don't make as much as the Asians do, so they have to.
And
You never
yeah,
know with those
they're
prices.
taking advantage. Yeah, that's why I was like, no, thank
And
you.
now you still got 0 because I'm not coming.
I'm
They
going to
never
Mingling.
played the
who did it
lemonade
for,
stand when they were
like I said,
kids.
I went to Mingling. She did it for $25. Thank you.
I hate Mingling.
Mingling did it for $25 on her basement. I had no
I
complaint.
hope that's
paid
her
that.
name. I hope that's her name.
I do too. I hate
I hope that's her name.
I'm not gonna put her name out there.
Don't have her call on the show now. Don't have
I'm
her
not
call
gonna put her
on
name
the
out there. I'm not gonna put her name out there. So I'm calling Mingling.
I mean,
But,
that's, you know, another concern. Like Black people shouldn't, you know, support them and this and this and this and this and this and that.
But you got Black people that are trying to make a come up, being greedy.
Right, true. But even still, they come from, and I think I've explained this before. I don't know if I did it on the show, but I explained this to someone else that the Asian cultures, they had been going through slavery. And
1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Culture wars, and fighting with each other and fighting with Britain and all of that kind of stuff and being conquered for thousands of years. They have an inherent dislike, and I want to say to most cultures because of that. All the way back to Genghis Khan.
Guys, the deadline for absence.
And we tend to forget that we are not the only ones that had suffered at the hands of whites. And the fact that Asians, you know, went through that whole entire thing with Britain. Right now, they're going through it again with Hong Kong. You know, Hong Kong used to be a Britain proverb, and now it was given back to China in a treaty, but they still remain with their independence. And now China seems to be wanting to try to take Hong Kong's independence away from them again, which is a threat to Hong Kong because they earned their independence.
Right.
And here we are trying to do the same thing to them in a land that none of us own, really.
Right.
Culturally or any other way.
We don't, right.
But we also are mentioning that we shouldn't support them because they also have an inherent outlook at how they were treated. We forget we were also involved in World War II and and civil wars and all that kind of stuff that also bled over into their land. Vietnam.
Right.
And when they look at some Black people, they look at us as if we were with the whites. Because we were with the whites by force.
We was.
In a war to take their country. Say that again, Nancy.
I said we didn't ask to come over here. We were taken.
But they didn't. My thing is, they don't know that. That's not their history. That's our history and America's history. So when we try to define how we feel about Asians, we forget that they actually suffered too in the same kind of conflict where whites called them yellow skins and that kind of stuff.
Yes. Yep.
And then when the wars ended and they became an independent country again, some of those people wanted to leave China for that purpose. And they migrated to the US. So, but what they did is they basically colonized their locations, Chinatowns and things like that.
Yeah.
When they came into the US, and they did what we did not do.
That is so true.
And that's kind of part of our anger is that they did what we did not do, and they created an industry for themselves that are billions.
They did.
A lot of our other industries. And we kind of pissed off at that. Now you can't take somebody's intellectual property and be mad at that. They were smarter and did it before you did because
Exactly.
The opportunity.
But the funny thing about it is, yeah, they did all of that. You talk all this crap about it, but at the end of the day, you still supporting them. You still buying what you need from them.
Because they also know they have a product that you cannot duplicate.
Exactly.
Because also, we cut this from our head and gave it to you to wear.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
if you can create a product that's like real hair and not burn up with a match, then you will also be at the top of this field. But right now, hair and nails is ours, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Even a lot of the chemicals, even making the acrylic, came from them.
It did. It did everything.
Learning to form acrylic into nails, that art came from them.
It did. It did.
Now here we are now trying to take it to a step further and make it colorful, make it the acrylic colorful, make it turn to glow in the dark and stuff like that. But that's the chemists. Were we the chemists that did that? Or was this a product that you found and was like, oh, let's expand on it? Like we typically did. We expand on somebody else's shit in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Make it our own and put our name on it.
Absolutely. Yep.
Madam CJ Walker.
Huh? That's called a bit. You are so wrong.
And I'm so right.
You are. That's called a piggybacker. A piggyback off of your idea.
Right.
Oh my God.
I'll find a way to make it better. I mean, that's.
You just went out.
Yeah.
Oh, you froze for a second. I was like, what the hell?
Because you went out.
Couldn't hear you for a minute.
Your last statement, you went out.
Oh, I said that's also a part of our culture too.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Theft.
Copyright infringement, basically.
Thieving. Thieving.
Not to be negative on blacks, but I'm just saying there's a difference in how we need to handle things differently than trying to be divisive in the reverse. Because again, that's what I'm talking about, being divisive in the reverse.
I just feel like there's nothing wrong with support. Just support each other. Support. Because
but it's as a race and not as black
exactly.
race,
Exactly.
Race. And all of that crap, because that's crap.
Exactly, because
we all got 10 toes. Well,
every other race
and 10 fingers. Some of us.
Exactly, but every other race supports each other, but black people don't support each other. That's sad.
Yeah, see, me and Lindsay was just having that conversation too. Oh, were you here? We were just talking.
I was here.
How about that black support thing? It is true that we could start supporting each other a little bit more. But we also got to admit, some of our products are lousy.
And then that's when you take them to the side. Hey, sis, listen, this ain't working out. I'm gonna tell you why. And you break it down.
But you opened up a whole store and put all your assets into it when you should have found out first. With market research that you had a lousy product.
Some people don't want to be the bearer of bad news and let them know, hey, your product is Jake.
Well, here, let me make myself big on the screen real quick.
My hair fell out.
Let me make myself big on the screen real quick.
Oh, Jesus, go ahead.
Let me tell y'all something about not wanting to be the bad guy. I'm here. I'll let you know if your product is horrible in a heartbeat. And I'm not joking. This is a real life talk. Inbox me and we can talk about it. I'm here for you. Because I'm not that one. I'm not going to support your business if you have lousy product. If your food is nasty, I'm going to tell you straight up. You should have made those pork chops that way because your onions were liquid. Like, I'm going to tell you.
Not liquid onions.
Like, why you cooked it too long? Something's wrong with it. Your steak was dry. Your macaroni and cheese didn't have any cheese on it. Like, what's wrong?
Can you come back normal now? Can you get back off the
I am
screen?
normal. I came back a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you need to put a list like, hey, sis, listen, your beans is a little nasty and dry. You know, people don't want to tell that people, listen, this ain't working out. My hair fell out on this side. I'm gonna need you to figure out this product because something that went wrong.
Nate is going off.
I tell you,
Nate said all lives matter, Black lives matter, trans lives matter. Yes, black nail techs have always had higher prices than Asian shops.
Okay, so where is Nate at? And he want to do all this on the text and stuff. Where is he at?
Oh no, he can't come on. He said
He said he's tired.
If you would have to support
okay.
first, most wait a minute. Oh, okay, come on, Tex. How you doing? But you have to support first. Most of us don't even support before we are casting a judgment. I agree. That's why I said we started with that in the first place. We said there is areas that we should be supporting more, but you also need to be honest about what you support, because there's no need of supporting it one time and never come back. But you never said anything about your visit.
Right.
That's why people usually have those, open boards.
Boxes.
You can comment and
those little comment boxes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But those are there for a reason. We need to start utilizing them. If you don't like something, maybe they'll change their menu for you the next time or something like that. Or they'll lower their prices to start matching the Asian prices, because they need the customers before they can lower the prices. They're only doing you only do high prices so you can cover your cost.
Right. But people need to speak up. But don't be rude about it.
Right, but don't be rude about it.
Don't be rude about it.
She was only charging you that $110 for your nail set because she probably don't have any other customers. She needs to make fast money.
Right, exactly.
Now, if she had 20 customers, she probably would have had reasonable prices.
If I'm traveling to you with all my nails on, there's no reason why I'm having to pay $110. You could have dropped that down. Now, I understand if you was coming to me and I'm getting a full set. Okay, I see that. But if all 10 of my nails is here and I'm driving to you all the way in Edgewood, at least you could do is drop that price.
Edgewood? You in Harford County?
I'm just saying.
Wow.
If I'm coming to you, that's the whole point. If I'm coming to you, I'm not paying that much money.
You know what? That was a setup because we're in a pandemic. That's
what I'm saying. Now we're in this pandemic. Now you want to charge outrageous prices, but when you was in the shop or when everything was open, your prices was normal.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not paying that.
I'm also supporting our businesses, but sometimes the customer service is terrible.
Who said this?
CT.
Okay.
On Facebook.
It is.
Remember I said that before we went live. Customer service can be horrible.
Yeah, it is.
And we don't want to give refunds, and we get we get an attitude. We don't want to listen.
Right.
Like for instance, like Monty, you just said, I will tell you your product is not, up to par. They probably curse you out and ban you from coming back.
But I wasn't coming back because I already said your product is horrible. So
but remember, you said it might alter the menu or change it for you or do something.
But you're saying it. That would be me checking you out down the line. That wouldn't be you telling me anything. I've already told you what I thought. So that was my last visit until I see something different. I would have to see something different for me to actually come back. Ain't no need of me coming back and you still got that same menu.
That's when you speak up and say, listen, them tenders was dry. And them lamb chops was a little dry.
Look, I'll do this right now. And this is not for embarrassment's sake. If there is a soul food restaurant on Patapsco Avenue. It's called something like Bakari or something like that. There was certain stuff that I loved. I loved their teriyaki wings. They were amazing. Everything else, I would push on the floor and sweep up with a broom.
I wouldn't sweep it up, let the rats eat it. Let the rats eat it.
I didn't like it. I'm sorry, I didn't. But them teriyaki wings was
But did you say something?
I did not, because I ordered from Grubhub, and that's the kind of dissension that I don't like about ordering off.
But you could have called back and say, "Hey, listen, I was taking numbers."
The thing is that I never talked to anybody in the first place. I ordered off an app.
Right, but I would have. You could have called in.
I probably could have yelped too.
Yeah, you could have yelped it, but I would
it on the floor and swept it up. So.
I'm just gonna put my head down.
And look, and it's not to say, but see, this is one of the ones that I actually did go back to again. I love the teriyaki wings. I ordered them again, and I'll probably always order the teriyaki wings from them
until they become dry.
Until they make that recipe wrong, and then I'll give up.
Oh my gosh! I would have said something. Now we just sat here and said, "Say something."
Right. Say something. You have to say something. Like your issue would have been with the nail tech, and your issue and your complaint would have been your prices are too high.
Prices are too high.
I mean, is there
But I didn't take
diamonds in your
Absolutely.
acrylic?
I did tell her. I said, "Oh, that's a little too high, sis. I no, thank you." And I
And you
canceled that
gotta spend
appointment.
gas money to go all the way out there.
Exactly.
But
So I
you could
canceled
also
that
be like,
appointment.
is there diamonds in your acrylic? Like, do I
You
keep
know what I'm
these
saying?
forever? Does this never fall
You know
off?
what I'm saying? Do they make they self or what are they
Right.
doing? Is it glow in the dark?
Here's
With
another
this
comment.
included? A move change?
More of the black shops need to get together and buy their supplies in bulk. That's another reason why Asian shops do better. They buy in bulk with other shops, which help to keep their prices at a certain point. But that's not all they do, too.
No,
They
it's
also
not.
own the warehouses. They also own the product.
Right. But
Made in China.
they also take the time to expand their abilities. So not just do they do square nails now, but now they're starting to learn how to do the other type ones. Then they starting to learn how to do other type of designs. And now these all 3D designs are coming
What I
out.
haven't seen is them
and
actually
stuff.
learn how to do painted flowers. I haven't seen an Asian do that yet. Hand
Oh,
painted.
I have one that does a painted flowers.
I do know one. Actually, her name was more American though. It's like Christian or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get the one where they got the water in the nails. That's what I'm trying to get. I gotta find some.
But like, I was just answering that comment though. That was from Nate too. They actually own their product,
Mm-hmm.
Opie, and all those products.
Mm-hmm. OPI.
OPI. They actually own those products that then are trickled down in their network. Because it's just recently you could start buying from their warehouses and get products and all that kind of stuff. Not just recently, probably in the last 15 years. Because I remember when I used to work at a nail shop out in Randallstown, we had to. It took me coming to this nail salon for me to update everything because that's what I do. And then we started ordering from them because we used to have to go to Sally Beauty to get our nail stuff.
Yep.
And
But
that was horrible
nowadays,
because it wasn't the same. It's not the same product as professional level acrylic and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we used to have people that used to come and I was like, what kind of product is this? And
they had their
like,
own.
I got it from Sally's. Oh no. My people gonna come back talk about their nails came off.
And it chipped, my polish chipped.
And they did. So I forcibly had to get them to change what we used because there is a bonding agent to this stuff. There's science. If you have it at Sally Beauty doesn't mean it's professional level.
True. That is true.
All right. So what else have you guys been dealing with throughout this culture war?
She called it a
Culture war.
It really is. I mean,
nothing really. Just trying to avoid the chaos. Go to work.
I mean, we have the
back
benefit
home.
of being able to stay in the house, and not get involved at this point because, well, I can't go out because of my pre-existing condition.
Right.
So I can't go down there and get COVID with them.
Right. I've been in the house too. I'm thinking about. I'm debating whether to go see the Dominicans on Friday.
Oh, so they apparently made curfews coast to coast now. I haven't heard anything about Baltimore having a curfew. I haven't left out the house today anyway, so really didn't matter about a curfew for me.
I was gonna say I don't know.
I was
about
gonna
that.
go crab legs and eat them while I was doing this, but I was like, no, that was
Okay, good. Just don't order them off Amazon.
no. I just found out you can. I just want a whole can of lump crab meat, so I don't have to pick out no crabs. And I just found out you can get it from Instacart. And they got it for like $24, a nice lump crab meat. Not even so I can make some like anything. Actually, I got some pasta upstairs. I can throw some Alfredo together. Oh, fat thoughts. And hold on, it looks like we may have knocked off air.
We knocked off.
No, okay, we're good. So I've been dealing. All right, let's talk about some of the stuff we've been posting today. So some of the protesters have been going through things like saying, "Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go." That's one of the call things they've been saying.
I'm with it.
I saw that on your page. I saw that on your
I
page.
wish I would have been that. Now that I would love to have been there for in DC because that was nice, and that was a nice little screenshot that they got of that.
I'm with that.
Because I know he was sitting in there probably like, oh, these niggas.
You know he was. You know he was. You know he was.
And I would appreciate it saying that about how mad he was getting from hearing that. Because the disdain in this country for him has grown exponentially, so especially since COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He already
his
knew that people felt like that.
During this is what takes it over.
Yes.
Talking about sending dogs out. Who are you sending the dogs out to?
Oh, here goes Peter.
You believe the crowd is right here, Peter. Because you believe the crowd is all black, because it's not. Oh, you know what I want to talk about? What do you guys know about Antifa?
Antifa, nothing. I don't know anything about that.
Nope. Enlighten us.
So, well, today, asshole, I can't remember his name because I said it too many times already today.
Okay.
Monty has been on one for going on 7 days.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about, though. We just said his name just now, and hey, ho, ho. So,
hey.
So here's how they describe it in Wikipedia.
Okay.
Antifa is a movement in the United States. So they're going to try to say that it's a left-wing movement. I hate that left and right crap. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that right off the bat.
Yeah.
That's how we divide people by Democrat and Republican, left and right wing. I hate that. So they say it's a left-wing, anti-fascist, military political movement that compromises autonomous activist groups that aim. Oh, see, they just changed this because this didn't say this earlier. It actually said that this was a terrorist organization earlier today, even before Donald Trump actually said it was a terrorist organization. When I read that, I'm looking at this now because it's been updated even since I looked at this at 4:00.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
It used to say a movement in the United States that is a terrorist movement, left-wing, anti-fascist military political activist movement that compromises of autonomous activist groups that aim to achieve their political objectives through the use of direct action rather than through policy reform. Activists engage in a varied protest tactics, including digital activism, property damage, and physical violence and harassment against those whom they identify as fascist, racist, or on the far right.
Well, okay.
Because I don't condone violence or anything like that. But my question to you two on the panel is there room for them? Now think about that question.
Is there room?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's enough going on right now as it is.
I mean, no, they're here. They're already there. They're already
there.
My point is, in the whole entire political spectrum and movement and culture war and all of this, is there room for what they do?
As far as destroying property and doing the other things you said?
So for the digital activism, property damage, physical violence, and harassment against those whom identify as fascist, racist, or on the far right?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like I think what Nas said is correct. We're going through enough, trying to keep the violence down. You're trying to eliminate.
No,
the
but
violence,
what I'm saying is that they're a part of the violence that is happening. So they're here. They're already present. They're doing what they do. This is what they do. They go to political movements and some of the stuff they kick it off.
Oh, so they started?
Right.
No,
I'm not saying they started the violence in every single city. Some of it, they say some of it was Antifa, some of it was some people on the far right or some white nationalists, and then it also could have been actual protesters that kicked it off. So it's three sides of this coin. You got the Antifa, and you got the white nationalists, maybe far right people, and then you got the actual protesters that were protesting in peace and then broke off into damage.
No, I don't think it's enough. I mean, if they already hit it, already doing it already, so it's not really.
Oh no, they've been around for a long time. That's why I wanted to know what your opinion of the group is. Was
I just no, if they're not trying to help, no.
My point is that now he's labeling them as a terrorist group.
Everybody is a terrorist that does not fall in his category.
So how do you feel about the damage, though? Let's ask that question. How do you feel about the rioting and the damage? Do you think it's necessary?
I mean, but that's the only way that they can get a response. That's the only way that they can get anything done, I feel.
Honestly,
I think that's it.
That's a hell of a question, Monty.
It is.
I'm a journalist.
That's a hell of a question. I will say this, outside of this situation, since what happened with Freddie Gray, there still has been police brutality in Baltimore, but not to that extent since of what happened back in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to say it solves anything. That's just a hell of a question.
I think that, okay, like Lindsay said, it's not really solving anything, but at the end of the day, I just think that when people riot, they get the attention because then they start destroying stuff, and then so they get the attention of people that for a little small second, things change, and the people are so-called heard. But then after a while,
but are they heard?
I don't feel like they are. I feel like it's just the okie doke
situation, right?
Right. I feel like it's just the okie doke that they do just to stop it.
So let me tell you how I thought about it, because after Freddie Gray, Baltimore had its riots. We rioted for a whole entire week, almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, I remember that.
They tore up all the stores. Then they changed all the hours to stores that used to be open past midnight. Now they can't open past midnight no more. Only place in Maryland that you could go to after midnight to go buy your food if you needed food or something like that. You had to go all the way to Ellicott City Walmart or Glen Burnie. Now they don't even stay open all night no more. It's only Ellicott City that's left.
Yep.
So after the riots happened, they ended up doing, and this was under the Obama administration, so they ended up doing the consent decree. And that lasted all the way up into 2016, which was basically a year and a half later, when the new president came in and he destroyed it.
So they gave him an okie doke.
He gave us the okie doke because
they gave us the okie doke.
The decree was to protect us from stuff like this, and holding people accountable. That went away. Then he started making that mention of, if you got to knock them around, go ahead and do it. If you got to hit them, do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Kind of started coming out, and then we got this now with George Floyd.
See, that's what I'm saying. So so it first started with the stimulus check. That was an okie doke. Now we got this with George Floyd, and now everybody is rioting, and they're going to give another okie doke. But this time, I just think that the okie doke this time is not going to work because people already kind of hip to it.
But I don't want it to be that we stop marching, we stop protesting, and we stop doing everything that we're doing to try to make this change a week later. So next Friday, I'll give you to next Friday that hopefully that this won't stop. We got to do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and
that's what I'm saying. And do it again, and then do it again.
Once they realize that money's going to stop coming in because your cities are shut down, I bet there'll be some changes coming. But if you're going to stop this next week, like we did here in Baltimore, and we lost everything basically,
then
where are we going to be at back here again? And that has been the pattern for 40 years, 50 years, 400 years. The pattern is you guys revolt, stand up, then you give in, and then you get the same treatment.
You get that okie doke, and then you get
for decades upon decades, because it doesn't make sense that we are still crying out for the same thing that you keep revering. Not that it's not deserving. That is, you revere these people. You revere the 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. You revere Martin Luther King Jr. You revere Malcolm X. You revere President Kennedy for the things that they did for the Black people. But here you are, and again, and I just named all the ones that were assassinated for what they did for you.
Yes.
And then we go to present, everything that they've done. Yes, some things are clearer. You're still free, but you're still looked down upon. You're still presented to the world as a subspecies of the white.
True.
And how is that possible? I still don't understand how we haven't outgrown that population yet. I don't understand that we have babies every single second. Do you see what I'm saying? Remember that used to be the talk that why is she always pregnant? They always pregnant. They always got babies. They always got teen pregnancy. Where are all these babies? You've killed them.
Yeah.
And that's what I run that kind of thing through my head all the time. Like, why is it that they kept saying, they used to always say, even during the 2016 election, that, you know, our population is growing so fast that we're going to outnumber the whites eventually. That's supposed to be by 2025, 2030. That we're supposed to be able to, we're not us, but all other cultures, all other races are going to outnumber the whites in America. So the whites,
I think they're already outnumbered.
So the whites will become the minority. Actually, it's not, though, because the Midwest and that region is full of Caucasians.
Oh, okay.
We could, Black people seem to go to the coast in the big city and urban populations. And that's small compared to the suburban populations.
Right.
And, farmlands and all that kind of stuff. But it just never dawned on me to actually ask that question about, like, I don't understand how we don't have the dominant stance in this country at this point.
Right.
Because it's not intelligence. It's not that.
Right. Because we are responsible for a lot of great things that have been invented.
That have been invented in this country, which should have catapulted us to the top. Peanut butter, period.
Right. George Washington Carver.
Not peanut butter.
Actual light bulb. Not the electricity that's going in, but the bulb.
Yes. Yes. I never thought, that's interesting. That got me to thinking, because I never thought of it that way. You're right. You're absolutely correct.
Peanut butter is in everybody's kitchen, unless you're allergic to peanuts.
But you had
to have peanut butter to find out that you was allergic to peanuts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never understood that. Like, and then we got to do the census, and that's another way of counting us. That's I'm for the census, and then I'm against the census just for that fact. I don't know what you're going to do with our numbers, because like you just said, we might very well be more, but are counted different.
Right.
That person equals one of the other.
I just wanted to know, what do they do with it? Does it count it?
I mean, every 2 Black people equals one of the other. You know what I'm saying? Because we were supposed to be looked at as sub.
Okay.
So every 2 Black people equals 1.
I
don't know what that count is. That's what I'm just saying. I don't know what they do with those numbers at the census.
That's what I wanted to know.
But we're supposed to trust it and know that, that the lines are drawn correctly. I mean, but we do that with every system of government that we have, even with the election system. We have to trust that the numbers are going to be counted correctly. Which is what I always suggested. I always thought suggested that we should have, look, we got another list. Traffic lights, cotton, gin, cell phones.
Yep.
I had always thought that, we should always have an independent auditing board of everything that deals in counts.
That's a good idea.
And it'd be staffed by civilians. So the government can present the numbers to you, but then we have to go back and audit it. I think that's what it has to be for city financials, state financials, everything.
Mhm.
It needs to be independently audited. Because I can't strictly put my trust in a government agency when you're also in there to work for yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Sorry, Joan Pratt, because you don't have my vote this time. You've done too much fucked up shit for me to vote for you again. No, ma'am. Time for you to exit stage left. I don't even know who the other man is running for you, but he's in there. I voted for that man. I mean, it's not that you even done anything wrong. I don't believe you did anything wrong because otherwise you would have been investigated and prosecuted. But the insinuations around the stuff that benefited you, I think you benefited enough. Get out. What is that? Time to go. You gotta go. Miss Peck, get your box already. Go get a banker's box. I got one here. 703 banker's box.
He better just get a duffel bag and throw that stuff up in there.
Bring you a dolly. We can bring you a dolly, slap me a dolly, and we
got
can
a couple
wheel you
Walmart
out of here.
bags.
You got to go, honey. You gotta go.
I'm sure he got enough Walmart bags that he can use.
Oh, TT
Not
said,
a dolly.
I'm not for the violence, but people are feeling like they're not heard without it. Agreed.
That is true.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
agree with
saying.
that.
That's the only way they feel like that they can get a type of reaction.
I honestly, because I can't be really affected by any of the visceralness of businesses being burned because my property's leased. That's their problem.
Right.
Patty.
And plus, we're online, so there's
But
that
after
fact.
this is over,
But I have always been living in the space that it's time for this country to have a comeuppance, and perhaps a start over.
that would be nice.
A nice old reorganization. Every company, big company in this country has done a reorg. Why hasn't this nation?
Right. That's a good question.
We do a reorg at my day job, every probably 3 years. We change our titles and our name and all that crap every 3 years.
Okay, all right.
I mean, because it gives you a fresh appearance. Your board changes. Why not change everything?
Change is good though. Change is good, but a lot of people are scared of change. They don't know.
Sure.
Hey,
Lindsay, mute yourself.
We're scared now, though.
Lindsay, mute yourself.
She did.
Okay.
We're scared now. So
Right.
it's time for a reorg. I definitely think that daggone constitution need to be rewritten.
That's what I say. When you ask that, I'm like, it does need to be rewritten because it's not. I feel like
it's not
we're
fitting
not
for all
included.
cultures that live
That's
here.
right. We're not included. No.
It's not just us. We're not included. The people that live here that were
right.
Here first.
Well,
the original residents.
Us as because right now as Black people we're being targeted. That's why
it's time for them to I mean, I don't know how they would acclimate into our cultures now, or whether
it don't matter. They need to get a couple.
They want to continue to be called tribes and nations inside of a nation.
Well, do you think they should have Sheila Dixon on that, and when they go redo it, maybe she can help?
Why would she be on the Constitution?
No, she can help rewrite it.
Oh, help rewrite it.
Yeah, help rewrite it. She would be a good candidate. You think that she would represent us?
I think it would take mayors, if for it to be done right, it would take mayors and governors. It would take all levels of
to
get this right.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it would be enough to even get it right. It would take Black leaders, caucuses, and all that kind of stuff to get it right.
Mm-hmm. I just said her because
it wouldn't be anybody in Congress right now, because I really think it's too many of them. It's really too many of them. It's too many people with a voice.
But is they have the wrong voice. They don't have a voice.
Right, but
for
it's so confusing to find out whose voice is what.
it is.
That's true.
It is.
You don't even
It
know
is.
half of the representatives that are in the House of
Mhm.
Representatives.
Right.
No.
You only know the ones that come on TV. Nancy Pelosi. And look, I don't even know no more. AOC,
Don't know.
you know, people that's on TV often.
Right.
Even the Senate is easier to figure out who's in the Senate. It's only 99 of them.
Right.
But there's over 400 of your representatives.
I don't even.
That's too many voices. That's why nothing's getting done. It's too many people.
They're just arguing.
Mhm.
They're just going back and forth arguing.
That's why I had made, remember we were talking about that last week when I had brought out the idea. I was like, why don't we just all vote? I'll vote every day if I have to.
You said you'll vote every day?
Yes, as long as it's by mail.
Yeah. What if they say, okay, everything is moved to online, so it's a click of a button?
No,
just
I don't want
order.
it. I've been left that idea out about putting voting online. The only way I would be able to put voting online, if you could put voting online, is if there's a clear way to audit your vote.
Mhm.
If you can log in and your vote and see how your vote always stays the same and never clicks
Right. Mhm.
or something like that.
Mhm.
And there's a way to, I do believe there's a way to do that. Just like there's a way to do this mail-in ballot better.
Mhm.
I don't like the fact that, because one thing on that ballot that I did not like is the fact that my party was on it.
You
Okay.
didn't like the fact that your party was on it?
Yes. It said I was a Democrat on the envelope.
Oh yeah, that can be dangerous.
I don't like the fact that it said that, because if the mail carrier, even though it's illegal, sees might be a Republican or somebody else
Mhm,
or
mhm.
or a Green Party, it doesn't matter what their party is, but they're obstinate of mine,
Mm-hmm.
they could have just
Mhm.
left mine in the box.
And you know what? That's what scares me about voting. Is like if they ever find out what your party is, there could be somebody waiting with
Not that I'm,
AK-47
you know,
to
my
take you
party
out.
is anything specific, but you know, I'm a Democrat. That's what it said. It said Dem right on the envelope.
Wow.
But you know, some days people might not understand what "dem" it means. They might see that and be
I
like,
think
oh,
they know what
whatever.
it means at the post office.
Yeah, they know. They know.
I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Right. But, yeah. I didn't like the fact that was printed on there. And then I had to sign it. Now my signature's on the outside of the envelope.
Oh God.
That's dangerous to me. Now people can go to scan the top of my envelope and now they got my signature.
Yep.
Because I had to sign it the same way as on my
Mhm.
license. Or
Mhm.
it could be fraudulent.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's another part I did not like.
Wow.
Yeah.
The signature is supposed to be
I
exclusive
told
to
you.
you.
Remember, I told you what happened with mine, that I didn't have anybody on mine
Mm-hmm.
to vote for. Nobody. So
One person, a delegate, right?
yes.
Damn, they give you no type of choice.
No,
They're
they
like, you're
didn't
gonna
give
vote
me
for
any
this person, and that's what
options.
it's gonna be.
That's it. Because I don't think anybody's running her district right now, because I don't think they're probably up for election. That's why she only had one person. But you get a
Jeez.
full ballot in November.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, it's only going to be the president probably, because probably nobody's still up for election in November,
Mhm.
because if they have a primary. We are included as farm equipment.
Who
What?
said that, Nate?
Yes.
I was about to say it had to be Nate.
I know Nate said that.
It had to be Nate.
Yeah.
I thought
so
he
that's-
was tired.
He's sharing the show. He's doing his producer duties in the background.
Mm.
So I forgot where I was going next.
You were talking about the ballots.
No, that just crossed my mind when I was going to go put my ballot in the mailbox, is that I had to sign the outside of the envelope. Then I also then glanced over to the side and seen that it had information about my registration and that I'm a Democrat. And I don't think that's necessary. Why is that on the outside of the envelope? All you need to do is do the ballot.
That
the inside.
shouldn't be.
It's just getting weirder. Politics is just getting weirder and weirder. Less privacy. Less privacy for everybody, for American citizens.
For one thing, if you sent the ballot out and you're going to print out envelopes with people's information on it, why don't you just print the information on the ballot?
Right.
and then do it that way. That way, the
You really
ballot
wanna
is
be
actually
extra.
a record of me and my vote, a paper record, because there was no information on the ballot.
I just want to be extra.
Did you notice that, Lindsay?
Did I notice what now?
That your information isn't on your ballot.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
It's just a ballot that's basically disposable if you didn't want to vote.
Yes,
The
that's
information is on
exactly.
the envelope, not on the
I was
ballot.
about to say that's because it's on the envelope.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
They
So
want
the
y'all to know
ballot,
exactly what it
if
is.
they take it out the envelope and make a mistake, the wind blow too hard and it just goes flying off somewhere, what are they gonna do? How they gonna track it down? So back to your point on the online thing, if there was a way for me to vote online, or no, back to the ballot situation, if there was a way for me to do a ballot and check it, that's how I think I would fix this process. I would be able to log in through motor vehicles, because that's where I register vote at, and that's where they keep my registration up to date. Then I should be able to log in once my vote is scanned. Once you get the mail and my vote is scanned, I should be able to log in and make sure that my vote was recorded correctly.
Yep, it's counted. Yep.
The way we do things is counterproductive. Like I can't be the smartest person to just discover that you shouldn't have put my information on the envelope.
I think well, that's gonna become an issue then. It's gonna become an issue.
Like you shouldn't be telling people my party affiliation on the envelope.
Absolutely not.
That's gonna become an issue. People
And
are gonna
then there's
call
no
in
way for
and
me to
like,
double
don't
check
do
my
that.
record, because I now put my ballot. I'm not even fighting against mail-in ballots, because I think this should have been done a long time ago. Because it's stupid for us to have to go someplace in your neighborhood to vote.
Just to vote.
I don't need to meet them folk.
But the only reason why they did it this way is
I
because
guess
of the
they
whole
think that if you go stand in line with a bunch of people, you're gonna start talking. I've never talked to anybody in line.
But had this corona not been here, you would have had to go vote.
But I'm still saying it. I've never talked to anybody in any voter line. Because I don't need nobody asking me who I'm voting for.
Exactly.
You know, that's the first topic.
Private.
That's the first topic. Who you voting for, honey?
You know what, Monty? I'm sitting here looking at this. You had me pull this back out. You're absolutely right. There is no information.
There's no information. None of your information is on the ballot.
Yeah, there's nothing here.
Now, I bet everybody's over in their houses pulling out their ballot.
Pulling it out like,
anything on their ballot. There's nothing on the ballot that actually directs it to you. So how, and when you go to a polling place, they gave you a receipt.
Yep.
Receipt didn't have anything on it about what you voted for, but the receipt was your receipt that says you voted.
And then you get the little I voted thing pinned them.
So, and I don't know if I'm agreeing with asshole at the White House. I don't know if I'm agreeing with him when I'm saying this, is because there is potential because of that ballot not being labeled as yours. There is potential there for not voter fraud, but voter disposal.
Yeah. There is.
Again, there is no audit process. I don't know. I need to know what the process is in the voting scheme of things, because when you receive my ballot in the mail, what is the process? You take the ballot out. Do you take the ballot out? Do you scan the envelope and then you scan my ballot? You see what I'm saying? Because my name is on the ballot. I'm on the envelope, not on the ballot. So you got to scan
I'm on the envelope, but I'm not on the. Yeah, I'm on the envelope. Well, how do you keep track of my
vote? How is that able to be audited when you don't? If you're not going to keep the envelope with the ballot,
right?
I don't know if they are or not. So if they're not keeping the envelope with the ballot, then how do you know this piece of paper belongs to me?
Exactly. You got a damn good point.
Now that needs to be clarified, because now I'm seeing audit flags, and that's me as an accountant being an auditor and seeing flags all over this process. Again, it would be a better process, and this is how we could acclimate the online thing. If the paper ballot gets to the voter center and they're scanning them, but your information would have to be inside of the barcode at the top of the ballot. When they scanned it, it scanned and put your information in. That information that ended up online, so you can go on and log in through any account, whatever account they want to set up for you. The thing I would do is, because that's the most secure site I think there is the motor vehicle site.
Right.
is to go there and you can verify that your vote counted.
Absolutely. That
Any
may be
other
an
way,
option
I
for
don't know
them.
how this is going to work. Because how am I supposed to call you at the Board of Elections say, did you receive my ballot? Because they can't answer that question because they don't know, right?
Exactly.
Because they either discarded the envelope or it's too much paper to go through to tell me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how in 2020 they haven't found a way to get us on a track where we can use an app to vote.
I think it's so they can. I think a lot of these elections are rigged. I think a lot of them have been rigged, with the exception.
But this is going to shed light on that. Because again, this audit process, not being able to audit. I mean, even the Academy Awards audits their voter registration when you vote.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
And that's what I'm going back to when I said we need independent review boards of every governmental system. Everyone.
We do.
And I mean independent, meaning citizens do the reviews. And they're paid to do this because it can't be free. I'm not doing it. But we need that so we can actually have some
or
countermeasures on fraud. Some countermeasures on fraud. Because there's a lot, like you just said, there's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of rampant fraud that is not being quashed by your vote. Mm-hmm. It's not being fixed by your vote.
Yep, that's true.
They should at least have a pre-screen.
Which at least people believe that their vote doesn't count. That's why they don't vote, because my vote doesn't count.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think did it, Monty, was back when the Gore and Bush election. Gore won, he won. And they would remember when the votes were off and they had this. I was very young then.
Mm-hmm. I remember though. It was because and their votes was the election was so close between the two of them. They had to do a recount and figure out who won.
A lot of people I know gave up on voting after that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that I know of. So, I'm never voting.
I believe it.
Oh yeah, or the IRS site. I don't know about that because I think that's too close to the government.
I definitely believe it.
And they, the IRS can't get it right either. So it's so hard to get your refund information.
It is. That's what they were sending you all over. Okay,
I'm surprised y'all got y'all stimulus checks in a week.
Well, it took me 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks.
I don't understand that.
I wasn't checking.
If you could get your stimulus check in a week, why does it take them 24 days to send you your refund check in check form?
That's true.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Nah, did you ever find out what happened with your situation with that?
No, they kept directing me to different people. So I never got a straight answer of what happened. So no, I don't know. Hopefully, it'll just mysteriously appear. But I don't know.
Oh, this popped up on my phone.
Tomorrow, you got till Tuesday the 2nd to turn.
This just popped up on my phone. Trump has been taken to an underground bunker to protect him from the protesters. Him and his
they're gonna find that bunker.
What? What happened?
Yes. They're gonna find
White House.
Yes, Trump briefly taken to underground bunker. This is breaking news.
They're gonna find that bunker.
Trump briefly taken the underground bunker during Friday's White House protest to protect him.
Today's Sunday.
This just came through for some reason. I guess he's been there since Sunday. It just came through my phone.
No, he just went to the launch yesterday, so he hasn't been there since Sunday. Where did you get that information from?
I'm not sure. It came through. It just came through breaking news on my phone.
Chinese media. I got this one. Chinese media accuses Trump of sacrificing U.S. lives for an election win.
I can believe that.
Now, that's breaking news.
I can believe that.
Maryland reports 763 newly confirmed coronavirus cases as some fear demonstrations could fuel outbreak. Of course, it's not over.
Yeah, it's not over.
Y'all all over there burning stuff and coughing and shit. That's what happens when you set stuff on fire. You start to cough, and then there's the virus.
How you say it, go, Money? Amen. How they doing in the gym?
Oh gosh. So yeah, here go the news about Antifa. Antifa to be designated as a terrorist organization. Let's keep going. Why some police officers stood with protesters outraged over George Floyd's death. That was good news. That was I like to see that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Of,
that was good
a lot of
stuff.
chiefs and officers that were actually.
Monty was mad that they showed up at that man's house, though.
What man?
Yeah, you were mad.
Floyd
Yeah, you were mad. You were.
So yeah, I was just watching an interview this morning where the family, Floyd's family, were talking about when they when President, him and Vice President Biden called to offer their condolences. That
you mean Vice President Pence?
No, Vice President Biden called. The two people running for president.
Oh, okay.
He said it was like we had a great conversation with President Biden. He was, that's what we were back and forth. But then when it came to having one with Trump, he wouldn't let him talk.
Of course not.
He kept cutting them off, and they wouldn't, they couldn't ask questions basically. And I was like, then what the hell did he call for? Just to say he called? That's what it was for. He was just wanted to say that he's with the family. So
it probably was
with the family.
It probably was already pre-recorded.
Right, he probably wasn't even on the call. I hate it.
Right, pre-recorded that message. As somebody pretending that they...
We hear that recorded. It's probably like, hello? Hello? Right. And he's just talking. I am your president. I am your president. Hello? Hello? Sir?
Yes, it was a whole pre-recorded.
And my thing
Can
is...
I get a word in edgewise?
Right. And my thing is, if you're going to call, if you're going to call me about the death of my child, what are you going to do about the person who did it? Are you going to do something? Are they going to serve?
Yeah, that was one of his questions. He said that's the only question that he was able to get out is like, what are you doing about the injustice? And he said he kind of brushed me off.
Because it was pre-recorded. It was a pre-recorded message.
He wasn't even on there. He had Mike Pence hold the phone over top of the recorder button when he pressed play. Click.
That's what it was. You asked the question. You be like, so what are you going to do for the injustice person? I am your president.
Little,
I am pleased to
presidential
serve.
music in the background too, and everything. That's
what I'm saying. Pre-recorded.
Oh my goodness.
And that's why I'd be like, hello, when they be like, hello, this is all right, bye.
Oh,
yeah.
Please do not hang up. I get those ones that be like, hello, please do not hang up.
Right.
Click, and I straight hang up. Pre-recorded message.
Okay, so all right, so throughout this, oh wait a minute, who is this? Oh, that's Freddie Gray. Okay, they got Freddie Gray on TV when he was in the hospital. Atlantis, the police are still marching down the street. Baltimore was supposed to have a protest today, but I saw it was canceled. Like, how do you cancel a protest? Why y'all just show up? Like,
everybody got that. It's Sunday. They would.
How do you cancel a protest? How do you get in contact with everybody? Like, did people still show up? Like, didn't get the cancellation notice, and it was a day of. Like I was sitting online waiting. Well, I gotta see and see if it's gonna get canceled or not. Like, who does that?
Right.
Baltimore.
I'm still thinking about that
like,
question you asked earlier.
Or did they send somebody down there to wait for people to show up? Because I bet they
no, it's canceled today. You got come back tomorrow.
I never understood that. Like,
you got people at all exits. No, it's canceled today.
I guess because when any protest I've been to, I've never led a protest, so I don't know. But in any of your protests that you guys have been a part of, was there like a leader, like one person that you was?
I've never been a part of a protest. I always had to work.
Oh, so it's okay. TT just said it's tomorrow at 6. because it was today at 6 and it was tomorrow at 6.
So how does this work? Do we just a group of people get together and be like, hey, we're gonna protest tomorrow? Just spread the word?
Do you know where it is and where everybody is convening? Because I'm not coming, but I can send Lysol.
I gotta work.
I'm not getting shot. I'm not getting shot. I'm not.
They're not shooting.
They're
not shooting. They're pepper spraying.
No. Remember the young man from Howard University? Howard University was killed on Friday by a bullet. Somebody opened fire.
Okay.
Yeah, his name was Aaron James something. I remember the name Aaron because one of my exes named
That's
Aaron,
sad. But I do.
He was protesting peacefully and he was killed. And now his mother is asking for help to bury him.
Oh,
he was only 19 years old. It's
Nick
dangerous.
It is.
You know?
Nick said there's organizations that run them.
Yeah.
It is dangerous out here. No, but I know last night they was pepper spraying. Monty said he had his contacts in, so he wasn't going to be a part of it.
You did say that, Mai. You did say that. I was glad.
Tyrone did not think that was funny.
It was. I was like,
but I was laughing because I was like, no, I'm not going down there. What do you think this is? I report from this chair. Right here in this chair, this is where I report from. Now I can send somebody down there, but I won't be a part of this.
I won't be a part of it. I'm not going to get people sprayed.
And with the young man that got,
but I'm sorry.
With the young man that got killed, they don't even know if it was from the police or a civilian who did it.
I'm just saying, I sympathize with everybody out there, and I wish we didn't have the coronavirus outside, that I could come outside and partake. But y'all sick, all y'all sick, and I'm never going to change that. Everybody has it until they don't.
Until proven otherwise.
Until proven otherwise.
Because everybody is, what is it? Hey,
right. Donald Trump has got to go, and you got it, and you got it.
Just spreading it.
Yeah. They're protesting out here.
Seriously, I don't know how y'all would have been able. I really do not know how they would have been able to do this any other way. But it is still a pandemic in progress.
It is.
Yes, it
is. I mean, I know that. I guess this is in their minds. This is more important.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
listen, I can't be a part of it. Hi, my name is Nana C, and I cannot be a part of the protest, but I support.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel for what happened to George.
I want to go get cases of water, but
it's
not enough of them here in Baltimore.
You said you gonna get them some cases of water.
I would get cases of water, for them to drink on.
Because of the outside. Oh, Nate. Oh.
It would say because of the outside infiltrators.
That's who rolled up. I understand where he's coming from. That's who rolled up and killed that young man. And they rolled and they left.
I'm not going period. I support from my chair, from my little corner.
And I understand what Nate's saying. You got some people who are really crazy, who have been waiting for this moment all their lives.
All their life.
Take somebody out.
Who missed that first riot.
I got 300 niggers in one space. Oh, I'm going to take one of them out.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not doing it. I will sit next to Monty.
Protester, that's the risk you take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, you know what? I want to live to see my grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, I do. I would like to live to turn 40 next year.
That it will be at police headquarters.
Why? So to get him the right to kill? Because you on their territory?
No, police headquarters is a tight street. I don't think I would make that anyway. And all the strippers will be outside. I'm busy.
You said what? Money, what did you just say?
They're going to be out there flattening.
They
got to
get
it.
Oh, yeah, on the block, right?
Down there if y'all want to. Y'all going to get a show.
They got to get it how they live.
And all you're going to see is no parking signs with strippers on them.
You talking about the block, right, Monty?
Right, that's what police headquarters is.
They gotta get it how they live.
It sure is right there on the block. It sure is.
They gonna be twerking and everything. You gonna have one person on the side and
no
one on the bottom twerking.
No parking signs. They gonna be standing on top of the parking meter boxes. The Wi-Fi signal.
Listen. They gotta make it during this pandemic too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because they can't get no.
Wait a minute. Are they even
They
open?
can't-
They might not even be open yet because of the COVID thing.
You know what I'm saying? They can't get that.
But they're gonna be open that day. They coming to work tomorrow.
Exactly.
Well, I know they said
can't get
that some
unemployment.
dancers were trying to file for unemployment.
They
said
can't
some
get
dancers
unemployment.
were trying to file.
They can get
Or
unemployment.
they get unemployment.
Yeah.
So the ones that can't get it is gonna be the ones on top of the sign.
I mean, they all can get it actually because they just got to list it as all you had to really do was list your income.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
For
Okay.
And if they're paying, yeah.
It don't even matter.
Yeah.
If they can get it or not, they're gonna be on that sign.
But that might be an
working it
artist
out.
for next year because if they had list their income before, they're gonna have to start listing their income from now on.
Yep.
Because you now made an audit trail for your ass.
Some of them don't know that, but they don't matter. They're gonna be twerking it out tomorrow.
Yeah, right. That's they showing up to work tomorrow. Panty liners ready.
Not the panty liners.
They got
Oh my
they already
God.
on Facebook planning it out. What color hair you wearing? I'm wearing this one.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot. And you make sure when you up on the top of the pole, you watch my head when I come up.
Right. We don't want another incident like that lady.
Oh yes, she broke all types of bones.
Mm-hmm. And her teeth.
Oh
Yeah, and
did.
she filed for workers' comp. I heard.
But she kept twerking though. She just kept on going.
She's good. She's in the game. She's
Ooh.
yeah.
And I heard that she
Jesus.
filed for workers' comp for that. I wonder if she's going to be able to get it.
Mm-mm.
I remember, at the time, the owner of the club had declined to pay it. But I think from all the media attention, they're showing Eric Gardner.
Mm.
I don't know. I just know that hurt me to watch that video.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're talking right now. They're talking about on CNN. They're actually talking about excessive force.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's murder. It needs to be called it's murder. Murder. That's what it is murder.
I always and we've just talked about this actually recently. The why they can't use their words.
That's what I want to know.
It used to be a time where freeze was enough.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Put your hands up.
Yes.
Get on your knees.
No, I'm not doing that. No, that's that's degrading to me.
But at what point it was
laying down on the ground. Those are those racist tactics, though. Get on your knees, lay on the ground, don't look up. Those are racist tactics because that's very demeaning to somebody that hasn't been proven guilty to have to lay their ass on a dirty ground.
Or get on their knees.
I agree 100%.
Or get on their knees. That's very degrading. You're not gonna
sit on the curb. That's degrading to me. Why am I sitting on the curb? I just got out of the fucking seat of my car.
Mm-hmm.
I can sit back in my car.
Absolutely.
Until you're ready to tell me you found something, because I hope you don't.
It's in the trunk.
I hope you don't. Oh, gosh.
But at the same time, that demeaning nature that has been cultivated is what is part of the problem too.
It is.
Yes.
But just like Lindsay said, nowadays everybody, the police are trained to kill.
Mm-hmm.
So
and it's a problem too. People don't want to be touched anymore.
Yeah.
We live in and now it's going
not
to be
at all.
Worse. It's going to be even worse now that we're living in a pandemic year.
Right, but even still without the pandemic, people still don't want to be touched.
No, they don't. But this makes it worse.
It does make
a virus that has
it does make it worse.
Spreadable. This makes it worse. You can't come feeling on me, trying to see if I have anything without probable cause. I don't like that fact that they used to, that stop and frisk crap.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had that happen to me.
And let you tell you, I know my rights, and you're not gonna, I need a warrant. Oh, that's when that kill instinct come into play. So you gonna tell me what to do? No, sir, it's not. I'm telling you what to do, but I know my rights. You know what I mean? And so then that's where the problem coming in. So then it's train to kill instinct coming in.
Nate, can you get on what is going on? It's Nate again.
Yes, it is.
Look at this. Look,
Definitely.
you want me to read this? How you want me to read this? You want to read this for the rest of the show?
That's what I said. Why you just want to get on?
The use of force continuum. Most law enforcement agencies have policies that guide their use of force.
Oh my
These policies
God.
describe an escalating series of actions an officer may take to resolve a situation. This continuum generally has many levels, and officers are instructed to respond with the level of force appropriate to the situation at hand, acknowledging that the officer may move from one part of the continuum to another in a matter of seconds. An example of use of force continuum follows. Officer presence, no force is used. Considered the best way to resolve a situation. They skip that one. The mere presence of a law enforcement officer works to deter crime and diffuse a situation. Officers' attitudes are professional and non-threatening. Lies.
I would say all the
Verbalization, force is not physical. Officers issue calm, non-threatening commands such as, "Let me see your identification and registration." Officers may increase their volume and shorten commands in an attempt to gain compliance. Short commands might include stop or don't move. Empty hand control. Officers use bodily force to gain power, to gain control of a situation. Soft technique. Officers use grabs, holds, and joint locks to restrain an individual. Hard technique. Officers use punches and kicks to restrain an individual. Less lethal methods. Officers use less lethal technologies to gain control. I guess that would be a taser. To gain control of the situation. Blunt impact. Officers may use batons or projectiles to immobilize a combative person. Chemicals. Officers may use chemical sprays or projectiles embedded with chemicals to restrain an individual. Examples, pepper spray. What was the last one? Conduct energy devices, or CEDs. Officers may use CEDs to immobilize an individual. CEDs discharge at a high voltage. Also, that's the tasers.
Tasers.
Discharge a high voltage, low amperage jolt of electricity at a distance. Lethal force. Officers may use lethal weapons to gain control of a situation. Should only be used if a suspect poses a serious threat to the officers or another individual. Officers use deadly weapons such as firearms to stop an individual's action.
But even if people are not even, being aggressive or nothing, they still use, aggressive tactics or, wrongful force.
Mm-hmm.
You can be like, "Let me see your license and registration." She reach to get it. Oh, she's reaching for a gun. All of a sudden, reaching for my license and registration.
Because that's what she's asked for.
Exactly. But it goes wrong in so many different ways, whether it's your part or not.
Mm-hmm. And Philando Castile, he explained everything verbatim to the officer, and she still shot him.
Wasn't it a guy?
Yeah, and I thought it was I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but he was still shot. He told them straight up, "I have a permit. I have permit to carry. I'm reaching for my license."
Yeah.
I don't think there's no justice. I feel like, the police officers are going to do what they want to do regardless of the situation.
But again, you know what is not going to change? It's if you don't know who your police officers are.
Mm-hmm. It's like you see so many cases of the police are like, they'll stop you for a traffic stop or running a stop light or a stop sign, but then when they come to the car, it's like they come with the guns drawn. Man, sir, I'm
right. But if we still had community police, like, why is it that we don't know who our police are anymore in your community?
For one, I know from a police officer friend that I know, they say that because of the high voltage of violence and stuff, they keep too much of the, too much activities going on in certain areas. They switch out the police officers because they get comfortable with, okay, well, Officer Jenkins is around the corner. He ain't paying. He's sleeping in his car. So they rotate posts for the police officers, so you can't get comfortable with Officer Jenkins. Officer Jenkins ain't there no more. You got Officer Tim now that's patrolling and paying attention. So I do know that they switch out posts. So it's kind of hard to get used to your community police
I
officer.
think that's part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I used to know my share. Well, not even just the police. At least you need to know the commanding officer.
Mm-hmm. We should.
Yeah, I've been
You can request
both.
the supervisor on the scene of any crime, so you should know your commanding officer in your neighborhood.
Yes,
That would help diffuse some situations. That's the reason why I say that. It would help diffuse some situations. If we say, hold up, and you got your gun raised at me, can you please call Sergeant Smith?
But it's easy for them to say, no, I'm not calling them. You're dealing with me. Only way that would.
What I'm saying is that that would be a procedure. That will be a part of the procedure. If someone requests their representative officer, that's what I would call them. They're the officer that represents their district.
Right.
I need another opinion, or the supervisor. I need a supervisor or Sergeant Smith. That should be a deterrent from any other actions being taken.
Absolutely.
Okay? You can take me into custody, but you can't use excessive force. There's no need now. I've asked for a representative. That's basically tantamount to asking for your lawyer. I need my lawyer. My hands are up. I need my lawyer. Lawyer. I have the right to remain silent. I already know it. I know.
You ain't gotta Mirandize me. I just need my lawyer.
I'll say it. I'll say it for you. You got the right to remain silent. Anything you say, Candy, will be used against you in a court of law. I got it.
I just need my lawyer.
I just need my lawyer. My hands are up. You only got to put the cuffs on me. Give me your keys. I'm getting in the car.
Just unlock it.
Yeah, just hit the button. I'm in the back seat.
Just make sure your Doug is in the back. Cage at the back.
We ain't got to talk about nothing. You put your gun away. I'm getting in the car.
So I'm moving. Do not shoot. I'm moving to the car. Do not shoot.
Right.
Oh man.
We joking, but that's serious.
It is serious.
If I say, and I think that should be a lawyer. Should be one of those words that say, "Okay, I surrender."
Yeah.
That should be the words I surrender. Lawyer, and sheriff and sergeant.
Or officer. Oh yeah, sergeant. Lawyer.
All you got to do is, you ain't got to cuff me. I'm no threat to you because I surrender. So I'm just getting in the car and let's go to the precinct.
And lock the door. I am on my way to the car. Lock the door.
Basically, lawyer, turn your camera on, and I surrender. And get in the car and let's go to the precinct and we can handle this there. We can, work out any problems there. Y'all can go ahead and do the crime scene or whatever happened. But if you caught me, you caught me.
Right.
They caught that man. They caught him. They had him in custody. And just like you just said, you saw something from another video that he was being beaten inside the car.
Yeah.
And they just his partner just stood there and watched. Did nothing.
And it was by Chauvin.
But they said that they worked together
before at a nightclub.
Yeah. Me and I talked about that earlier.
Yeah, it's at this point in time, like it's just it could be your acquaintance, just whoever you like, anybody you work with, somebody you just met somebody, and they out to kill you, they out to destroy you. Well, what is your purpose, sir? What did I do for you to kill me, ma'am, sir?
Oh,
what did you stalk me? Are you stalking me? And now you want to kill me? What you doing?
I'm trying to see what's happening in Minneapolis. They look like they're doing something at a gas station.
Oh, they vandalizing the gas station.
Oh, that's one of my feeds. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it up on the screen.
They vandalizing. It's getting real. This world's about to turn up.
these young people wanting to get lit. They're about to get lit.
Listen, I have enough water here and enough snacks to hold me in for a whole month. I'm good. I don't need to go out.
Oh, yeah, no, I do. I gotta get some more cereal.
I bought
I gotta
enough
get some
food.
waffle mix.
I got enough food that'll last me for a good 2 weeks.
And I don't have no more milk.
I just got some milk today. Thanks, Mom,
Oh
for my milk.
God. What kind of cow now?
But she got
What
me
kind of cow?
lactate
What kind
milk.
of
She
cow
got
did
me
it come from?
lactate
Nah,
milk.
she said, what kind of cow?
What kind of
got
cow
she-
was it now?
Well, listen, she got me lactate milk, but I still got the whole milk down up in there too.
Okay.
It don't matter. I'm still going to be healthy through this pandemic. If I start fading away, just let me know.
Are they pushing them back with the motorcycles in Philadelphia?
Do they got the
They're
shields
pushing
up?
them back with the motorcycles.
Yeah. So they pushing the crowd back using the motorcycles.
Man, they're going to knock that man off of that, of that motorcycle.
Oh, boy, I would not want to be in Philly, boy. I would not want to be a part of that. Philly. I love Philly. I love the city of Philly.
But you know the interesting part that I find?
I need them to riot where I work at, so I ain't gotta go to work. I don't want to go to work.
I find real weird and crazy about protesting.
What?
I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Never mind. Let's go back to what I was saying about the use of force when arresting someone. We need to figure out a way to diffuse, for a better way to diffuse a situation than touching people. I think that's where things go actually wrong.
Yeah.
It is.
You put your hands on someone, you've automatically started a violation process in that person.
I feel like if I'm not doing this motion and my hands is not behind my back, for you to freely cuff me, don't touch me.
And then I think we hold our officers to a standard of of too much authority.
Absolutely.
I agree with you.
Because you give them the title of protector and server.
But
That
they're
does not
not.
make us submissive to you.
It does not. You're protecting the servant, but there's no reason why I should be on the ground.
Tax, when I guess this wasn't how Texas was meant to be presented to us, because it was forced at first. You know, knocked on your door, tax time, give us the money. That's how it used to be back in the day. Taxes. And today it's really involuntary now too, because you work, you pay your taxes by force.
Yes.
You buy something, you pay your taxes.
Yep.
And
then they talk about a COVID tax too. No.
But what I'm saying is that we look at this as we pay your salary.
They're civil servants.
Right. But we relinquish a lot of our own power to them. And I don't know if that's if that can be fixed in this process. Because they don't realize that. I mean, their intentions is like they don't believe they work for you. They don't work for you. They got their supervisor, their chief, or whoever.
Right. I think a lot of things need to be reevaluated.
But I don't think you couldn't be able to go up to them and say, "Pick this trash up."
Right.
But there used to be a sense that we feel protected because you're there working for us. Just like a security guard. Just like a security guard. Just like a security guard. Their security guard knows that whoever comes in that office building of yours, that they could potentially get you fired because you work for them.
That's right.
But it's
if
like,
you're not doing your job, you're just watching TV all day, and I go upstairs and report you, your ass is fired. But you don't get that sense. You don't feel that presence that we are watching you because you have the potential of doing something deadly. And that's what the failure is in some of this policing that we have going on, is that they don't have that fear that if you do something wrong, that we're coming after you. Because you did something wrong that you could have cost somebody their lives. And that fear is what's missing in policing in this country.
It is.
Because they don't fear the public. They don't fear that they could have the potential to lose their job because they always got somebody commanding them that could protect them.
Yep. Yes, exactly.
Yep. And then they can, they have someone that like that. What is it that that's above them? Their PR
The commanding officer.
But that's above them. Their PR rep. So just if the commanding officer, they of course they're there for them, but they can also call their PR rep that makes up something that can get them off of whatever it is. Just how all those people walked that killed Freddie Gray and everybody else, because they have somebody higher than their commanding officer that pulls rank and can just make a statement, and they off the hook.
Now, Monty, I'm gonna take it back 8 years. Now, Monty, I'm gonna take it back 8 years ago. Remember when Julian came on the show and he was wrongfully accused and was, they had, scuffed him up a little bit. Well, they raided his house and he said they took money from his house. Right. I said, really? So I opened up an investigation with an internal affairs for him. Got him a lawyer. The city had to pay him. I'll never know how much money he got or anything like that. But I remember that I wanted to make sure the officers, at least one of those officers, was held accountable for what they did to that young man. Right. And I called the police and I said, I need internal affairs. This is what happened to this citizen. Blah blah blah. You guys ransacked this house with no warrants. Money was taken from the house. This and that, and they had to pay him. They had to take accountability for it.
Rest in peace, Julian.
Yes, rest in peace. Yes. Yep.
So protesters march across the Manhattan Bridge. Oh gosh, that sounds dangerous.
That's a long walk.
Mm-hmm.
I should have been out there for that.
Oh, they're already crossed now, so they made it.
God, that's probably like
doesn't look like a big group either.
You said it don't look like a big group?
No, yeah. So I know some of the suggestions that they're having right now in regards to the policing is that they want to do a civilian review board. I think that's a good idea.
That's what I said.
But
when they go in,
it needs to stipulate that anybody can present a claim. Anybody can present a claim. If they feel as though that you're doing wrong, you should be able to go to the police to present the claim and present it to the civilian review board.
Don't they have I think every 6 months or every year they have a training that they have to go back through? I think in their trainings that they are required to do every year or every so often, they need to re-implement
the courthouse.
Yes, but they also need to they need to redo something, like the civilian thing. They need to redo
like a conduct review.
Yeah, but not only that, but the training. They really need to, because first of all, there should be no reason why you're forcibly trying to make me do something, put my hands behind my back, and if that doesn't work, then your next thing is to shoot me, is to kill me. They need to go back and find new tactics to deal with things, because, like you said, freeze used to just. Yeah, but now that it's not enough and people are asking, what am I being stopped for? What are you abusing me for? What are you doing this for?
And that's a good point, because why can't you answer the question?
Right. So that was
shut up. Because it takes dialogue to fix this problem. Even after you arrest me, it's going to take dialogue for me to get cleared. It's going to take dialogue for me to get out with my attorney. It's going to take dialogue in court when we go to court. It takes dialogue to fix a problem. But why?
So the only thing you can tell me is to shut up and put your hands behind your back.
Right, but you are the investigative piece here. You are the police. Your job is to investigate and to find out probable cause. So you are the investigative piece here. Why don't you get this out of the way and start the interview process here before you have to take this person downtown and cost the city money? Because that's what happens. You cost money. Every time you take a perp and it costs money, because we have to take care of you until you're released. It costs money. Room and board, all of that.
Right. So instead of you telling me
inside of your jail costs money.
Right. So instead of you telling me what you're pulling me over for, or what am I going downtown for, or what are you arresting me for, instead of you telling me shut the F up and put my hands behind my back, please talk to me. That's part of the problem.
And I've never been in a situation where a cop has been rude to me, which is weird because my mouth. But I've never been in a situation because I'm ready. I'm also ready. I'm time
Right.
enough for
Right.
you. But every time I've asked, like, what, you know, like when I got pulled over recently, one of my taillights was
Yeah.
out.
So what am I being
And-
pulled up? Yeah.
And he came over to the side of my window, on the side, my passenger side, and was shining his flashlight into my eyes. So I said, sir, can you put that flashlight down? What are you doing?
Yes, they do that. Yes.
Like, why are you doing that? I'm not a perp. You pulled me over for a traffic violation. Put the goddamn flashlight down.
Absolutely.
I can see you saying that.
Seriously,
I did, and then he
because the
just came
light
around
is
to the
right
other side.
here.
Then he came around to the other side. I said, I understand that was for your safety, but you got to realize you could have put that on my shirt. You didn't have to stab me in my eyes with that light. What if I had
Right.
a sensitive disease in my eyes?
Right.
And you've blinded me for life.
Right.
You don't know the
Right.
situation, so you got to read it a little bit differently.
Mhm.
Stop
Right.
doing that. That's what pisses people off.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I would have
You
been
see-
blind in my right eye, I would have been irate.
Right. See, the thing is, Monty, you're
Now
a
I can't
thinker.
see. What the fuck?
You're-
You know?
Right. You're a thinker. You're a thinker.
I
You
am a
think
thinker.
a lot.
Exactly.
You're
because
very
you gotta think
analytical.
everybody
What I've
thinkers
learned-
because you'll be smarter people for it.
Right. What I've learned is that you don't have to be a thinker or be analytical to join law enforcement. You don't have to.
As long as you can take a taser and you could take a will they
You can
tase
pass
you?
a couple written
Mhm.
tests,
Long as you
can pass the
target
test,
practice.
basically.
Yeah,
can
you
get
good.
And it would
It's
be,
ridiculous.
I was say, you know, he came around to the other side of the car and said, can I see your license and registration? I was like, okay, first, why don't you just, and we had a dialogue. I had him laughing and everything. I was like, you know, it would be better if you told me why you pulled me over first. And he was like, oh, you know what? It was because you got to get one of your tail lights out. And then we started laughing and joking and everything. And then he ran my tags and stuff and came back and was like, I'm not going to give you a repair order. Just go ahead. Just make sure you get your tail light fixed. This might pull you over again. Clean and sweet and on my way.
See, that's what I'm saying.
But
We need more people like
that
that.
could have
more
been
others
totally
like that.
different had somebody had an attitude with me.
Mhm.
Why you got an attitude, sir? Are you okay? Is your wife okay? I mean, what's wrong with you? Because that's how I come off. I want to find out what's your issue so we can solve it. Because you're not going to give me attitude. Because again, I feel like I'm your boss. I paid my taxes and I pay them every year and every day and every time I buy something.
That's
I'm your boss.
crazy. I just feel
Treat
like
me
you
with
know they
respect
need a new
because
trainer.
I am your boss, and you need to understand. They need to understand that I treat you with respect. You get respect in return.
Right. But even still, some of the people give the officers respect, and they still just feel like they automatically
Right, but see,
it,
they lost the junction where they forgot you are their boss.
Yes.
Yep.
You're
That's what I'm
absolutely
saying.
correct.
What I'm saying is they forgot the facts that you are their boss. All they see now is basically that you must be low income because you live in this area.
Mm-hmm. Or you drive a certain car.
But maybe you could, I live in this area. I ain't low income. You come in here, it's set up. It's good. It's good in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's good. I'm furnished. I got all my services are running. But I still live in this neighborhood. So it's the perspective. It's how do you see me? Stop seeing me that way because you don't know me, first off. And then you need to clearly understand that I'm still the one that pays your salary. I'm your boss.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I'm going to be bossy to you, but you need to understand and respect the fact that if I die, that's one less person that's there to pay your fucking salary.
I know that's right.
If you kill us all,
you
in this majority black city, if you kill us all, there will be no police department.
Ain't no policing. What you policing?
What you policing? There's no one here. Because I'm damn sure stop my direct deposit and tell them to give me a paper check with no taxes taken out.
You know what I'm saying?
Because what we paying for? I'm not paying for 500 officers to this one person. Because I'm
then
the
it's
one.
going to be violence in the
realize,
police.
You see how I set that up? I'm the only one that survived. I never came out.
Petty. Here you go with this pettiness again.
I never ever came outside.
That's okay because they're coming in. They're coming in.
I'm in the basement. All my lights are
out. Hello.
It's gonna be just like it's gonna be just like I Am Legend in here. The wall, all it's gonna be boarded up.
Monty, are you going on air Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay, there's something I want to talk about that's gone national, but I'm waiting to hear back from the PR handling it. And she just inboxed me, and I told I told her I haven't brought
It's
it
not
up yet.
Shadina,
I
is
want to
it?
talk
Goodness
to her
gracious.
first.
I didn't never get from that.
What'd you say?
You made me drop my time.
How I do that?
No, it wasn't you.
You missed it. You missed it. Money is so shady. That palm tree over there. I'm surprised you even got that space. You were still out of space with that palm tree.
Just hope it ain't Shadina. That's all I said.
Oh my God, boy! If you don't be quiet. Oh my God.
All I know
That
is that
palm
when I
tree.
opened up my Twitter, I don't go on Twitter often. But when I seen that on Twitter,
That palm
No,
tree.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
Oh, that
I'm
palm
talking
tree.
about something about a case somebody was killed. I know the PR who's working the case, and I want to bring it up to talk about it, but I want to get all the facts first from their side of the story, as opposed to what the media is telling us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm talking about.
Shout out to Shadina, though. Shout out to Shadina. She after what I said about her on my on our after show last week. She was real sweet to go ahead and tag me in her music video. I still ain't watched it though because I'm busy.
Oh, it's a video out, or was it just a song?
Was it a video? I don't know.
It's a song.
I think I named. I was like, who? And then I was like, oh.
I'm not dealing with this palm tree that Money keeps putting out there. I don't
No,
want
this
none of
song
them
I don't know what the song is called, but it's something with J. Cole. I want to check it out because I guess she sent it to me because she wanted me to hear it and I might like it a little bit more.
You might like it a little bit more. You just better listen to it.
I told you earlier, you are an award-winning radio station, and people do know who you are.
You know what I'm saying?
People know who you are, and like I
was
Woody
shocked. I wanted to know, did some, like Lindsay, because you're interviewing them. They're like, did you tell them about?
Nope. Sure did not. No, I did not.
I
appreciate the listen, though. I mean, I'm not opposed to you coming on the show to tell me about how you're bringing your career back. So.
Okay, well, you put the invitation out there. Actually, I'm doing an interview I'm interviewing her for another radio station. So I never mentioned your station at all. So like I said, I guess you're, like I said, people know who you are, Monty. I told you Woody from Drew Hill hit me up and was like, yeah, I know who that guy Monty is. I remember him. So people do know who you are.
Yeah.
We are interviewing her.
Oh,
yeah. Yes, of course. Yes. Yeah, so
I'm gonna need some recognition on that.
Is it going to be a recorded interview, a paper interview? What is it?
It's going to be what I'm going to probably do. I'm probably going to. It's going to be recorded, and
we'll tag.
I have to ask the station owner, Anthony, how he wants it done because it's going to be on his platform.
Okay.
So I have to find out how he wants it done
and see what's going on, and maybe caught up on their lifestyles and stuff like that.
I'm gonna need Marie.
And I mean, her having the record with J. Cole, J. Cole is one of my favorite artists.
So hold on, Naya's raising her hand.
Go ahead, Naya.
Anne Marie, I'm gonna need you to give me some recognition on this too. Thank you.
Girl, I'm giving you recognition.
You ain't saying my name.
She did say it. She just said Naya.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
You're not listening.
Yeah, I was hoping that you would.
Now you acting like my daughter. You're not listening.
So he was like, I'm interviewing her.
Go look on Twitter on the Talk Lately Twitter. Oh, you can't see it. It's in the mentions.
But yeah, Monty, people do know who you are. They do know who you are.
If you want to tell people what the song
and
is.
they trying to be on your panel list. You know what I'm saying? You see, they trying to get on here with us.
Where's Twitter? Here's Twitter. See, I don't use Twitter. I can't even find it on my phone.
Money.
Yep. Oh, so it's called Filters.
Yeah, Filters. I told you that's the name of the song.
J. Cole by Shadina Bettis.
Yes.
You
You
gotta
know, I
listen
want to
to
write.
it. Get
I
to it.
do
That
want to
was
write for
hilarious
her.
that it was in my mentions right here. It was like Shadena on May 8th.
Yeah, that's
May
that's
Wait a
8th,
good.
minute.
dang, she been
That
did that.
Yeah,
But that's
the
when we
song's
did
been
it. We
out
did
for a
that.
little
That was
while
like 2 weeks
now.
ago on the after show. 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but you know,
And
Shadena,
we were
she's
saying
real popular
we were talking about the Hanson tour.
she's real popular with the underground R&B artists and the LGBT. She does the LGBT in DC every year,
Oh, it's a
Baltimore.
SoundCloud. It's not a YouTube video, so it is the song on SoundCloud.
Yes, it's a song. I could because well, when I talk to her, I'm gonna ask her, will there be a video, and if so, is J. Cole gonna be appearing in it? So I'll ask her that when
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta get my questions together. I
Oh,
don't know what I'm asking her yet.
But so people, Monty do know people do know who your sarcastic ass is.
Yep. You see, they trying to get on your panelists. You know, everybody trying to be up here.
Oh yeah, everybody's trying to get on this panel now.
Everybody trying to get on the panel.
This panel is kind of hype.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sorry.
Was that shade? Was that shade?
Monty.
Yes.
Okay, so all right, I'm just gonna tell you what the case is about. The case is about the gentleman, Drejan, the one who was on the high speed chase in, I think it was Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, and the white truck, it was like it was reminiscent of OJ.
Yes. Okay, so the PR rep is representing the law firm that is representing the family. So she just said, I appreciate that you didn't bring up the case because you didn't have the info. I'll call in now if you want and answer your questions, or we can do it at a later date.
Yeah, no, let's set that up for Tuesday. No, that's perfect. Let's do that on Tuesday.
Okay. So he said that she wants to know if you want, can his mother call in the show?
Oh yeah, she can be. She'll get everything that we got here and be on camera and everything. So yeah, let's set that up for Tuesday. Matter of fact, let's talk about that offline. How about that?
Okay, we can do that.
That'll work.
That'd be great. That would be great. Yeah.
I need y'all to go watch.
His mother is trying to get heard by everybody about this case. So I'll tell her that'll work for Tuesday.
J. Cole was on.
That'll work for Tuesday.
Did you say money about J. Cole?
Nothing. That's not. I'm moving
on. Please, let's move on.
Let's move on.
How about that? Let's move on.
Let's talk about what is this? Des Moines. They're still going through it tonight. In Iowa. Oh, a car's on fire in Boston. 10:12 p.m. right now.
It's a lot going on out there.
The officers standing ready in Des Moines, Iowa.
Listen, I don't care what's going on out there. As long as my Amazon package
gets so funny about that, though, too. Not funny, but weird. Because I didn't know a lot of people lived in Des Moines. I mean, in Iowa, period.
Why?
But it was a lot of them last night. Iowa, they set Iowa loose last night. I mean, that was national news because
did you see
all that tear gas and all them rubber bullets that was flying?
Yes, did you see
them out the front of the Capitol building, all across that big lawn?
Oh,
they were going at it.
I said, oh, they was more hype than Baltimore. That was getting I wasn't ready.
Los Angeles just reminded me all kinds because I was.
They just set that motherfucker on fire. I was like, fuck this shit.
The Rodney King situation and stuff. So
it's like it seemed like to me in Los Angeles. It's just like they just set that bitch on fire. It was like, all right, fuck y'all, I'm out. And then
And then
everybody
I
else
remember
is
the
rioting.
episode of A Different World when they was doing the riots. I mean, it's not real, but it was still the same. It felt the same. Oh, Philadelphia, they still looting. Why are you running to that store like that? Oh, she going to the GameStop. She got to pick up something. But they closed.
You know, kids need a couple things, you know, during this
I mean,
pandemic.
I just don't understand. I mean, all right, so yesterday when I mentioned the guy that when they was looting, he drove up to the front of the building and put the loot in the car. All on CNN. CNN got the whole entire license plate. So you're going to jail, sir. The judge is going to be like, so what makes you think it was okay for you to just drive up and put the loot in your car?
Unless he stole that car. That's the only way.
That's the only way he got it. Yeah, exactly. But they drove up to the front of the store and put the loot in the car, and then he jumped in the how many
different channels you got over there?
Oh, I got everything going on over here.
So you like...
All right, now they talk about Washington now, so here we go. But they're looting live on CNN. What I'm saying is they was just looting. That lady just ran into the GameStop, looked around, seen there was no more games, came back out, went to another store live on television. This is your arrest warrant, miss. Here is your arrest warrant. We got it.
They don't care. Right now, they don't care.
They think Colin Kaepernick's going to get them out, but that's not what's going to happen when they find out that you didn't get arrested for protesting. You got arrested for looting. That's not the same thing, hon.
She gonna fight that. I was protesting.
Make sure you comment along. If you got questions for us, we'll take your questions right now. Don't forget to share the show. It's BeExposedRadio.com. We're live. We're talking about the shenanigans and the protests and all of this kind of stuff, as well as we've just got finished talking about the use of force with police officers and things that need to change in light of the death of George Floyd. So they're showing Washington right now, and they're burning something. They got a big bonfire going because they're in the middle. The fire's in the middle of them. They're surrounding it. 10:16 p.m. on the East Coast. Is this DC? Yeah, that's WJAL. That's DC. They got this big bonfire in the middle of is it the National Mall?
A bonfire in the middle of the mall.
It looks like a bonfire.
I believe
Let me see if I can get the image up. That's WJAL, WJLA. So,
let me see if I can see. Let me go to the website and see if I can see the video.
So they should have it. Des Moines, Iowa is asleep. They might as well go to bed because everybody they don't take their gear off.
They probably done arrested everybody in Des Moines.
But they don't take their gear off and set it up against the fence.
They probably done arrested everybody in Des Moines.
Oh, here you go. Here's the feed for WJL. But this is Manhattan. They still walking across the bridge.
It's not working. Let me see.
They still walking across the bridge in Manhattan. Oh, that's how you feel? You just want credit?
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
This is what you felt. That's how you felt.
But you know, I love to eat. I'm so sorry.
People were breaking the windows. I mean, it's the actions of a few.
Okay, here's WJL. Let me put it up on the screen.
Don't represent so many in this crowd, but you can see they did so much damage.
Yeah, look, it's like a bonfire. Hold on.
I'm trying to see if I can see it.
In just a short amount of time.
Oh, you probably still can see it. Open it up on your phone.
So we're going to continue to make our way here with this group.
It's not open.
And we'll toss it back to you for right now.
Heather, do me a favor. This doesn't feel safe right now. Get situationally aware. You're in the photographer. I want you guys to find a safe place. I know you got security with you, but still, and all, there's a large crowd out there. Just please be safe out there. We'll get back to you when you're in a place where you feel a little more comfortable, because obviously walk around the corner there, you gotta pay attention to what's happening with you.
Small things like
First of all, I was promoting your YouTube.
Is that what you've been doing? Thank you. That's how we got those 6 new views.
Yes, I've been promoting it on YouTube. You can check us out on YouTube. Yes, listen. You can take this palm tree back.
The only fire burning tonight that we have seen.
Look at that bonfire. And they just steady throwing paper into a fuel in
what's
it.
happening there. There's a car that's burning in the intersection there. If we can go to that video, you can see this.
The car's on fire.
That's they riot though.
In Boston, they had another protest there. Again, for the most part, it was peaceful, and then all of a sudden it erupted into violence as it started to get a little later. We're having some issues, obviously, in some of these the bigger protests that we've seen. Minneapolis, Seattle,
I see it.
Los Angeles,
oh my
Miami.
God, Monty.
You see it?
Yes.
That's just that police car. That police car been burning all night. I mean, for a long time.
Name all the cities, but we do know more than a dozen cities have had their national.
That's crazy. Oh, Monty.
Guard activated to help as a resource in trying to put down or quell this kind of violence that we're seeing.
Several here in the DC area, and it's just you see this destruction in businesses and buildings. Intentional.
But I guess it's peaceful though. There's no one. It's not like anything is happening down in Washington D.C. But they did start this big giant bonfire, and they just keep adding more fuel to the flames.
They don't
they took the guardrails and created this bonfire.
You've seen the looting. I mean, and this diminishes or takes away from whatever message a peaceful protest is trying to send to the rest of the country about a systemic racism that may exist in police departments.
You can go ahead.
That's a legitimate conversation to have, and that is a real problem. Everybody who saw that video was horrified when they saw Mr. Floyd on the ground.
Oh no, they got a tree. They put a tree in the fire.
Ridiculous.
They got 2 trees. Oh my God!
Something that is very difficult to watch. The violence.
They don't took
the trees and they put it looting.
Wait, let me get
Continue to follow this. We are monitoring again with crews all
I'm
over the country.
WJA JLA. That's why I came to you. You got all the good shot.
That shit's not gonna get no better. It's not gonna get no better. Every state gonna burn down everything, and the government gonna be like, y'all fools, and we're not giving y'all no type of stimulus, no type of nothing. Meanwhile, I'ma still be working.
Let me get some live footage from CNN up on here. I got access to everything. That's just weird, though. I mean, they now they got trees. Somebody threw their bike in there. It's a bike in the flames. Is that a police bike?
Oh my God!
Is that a police bike? They took the barricade.
A police bike. Give me this.
They took the barricades and created this bonfire.
They probably said that man bike. Give me this shit. You don't need this shit. I don't need no ticket from you. You rent a cop on this bike.
And now they got like whole trees that they throwing inside this fire.
Where they get the trees from? They lumberjacking it.
Your guess is as good as mine, but they got these tree branches. I mean, it's big trees around it, so maybe they're just branches. But they want to keep this fire going, so that's why they threw the trees in there.
Jesus. Nowadays, they don't even care. Nowadays, it is what it is.
They're dancing. I don't know what kind of dance that was, but they're dancing.
Oh, they cha-cha slide.
It says their signs. Some of their signs say dismantle systematic racism.
At this point, it don't matter what they doing.
Insecure is on. It's 10:23 right here on BigExposedRadio.com. Insecure is on. If you, I mean, I think I would focus on this because if you got DVR, you can record it. But stay here. Don't change the channel. But I just wanted you to know this Insecure is on because I like that show.
Welcome back. It is just after 10:20 now on our Sunday evening. We're going to take a couple of minutes to update you on the weather forecast.
Turn it on and put it on mute.
Positive news.
Turn it on in your
bright light
bedroom.
and sunshine
Come back
today,
downstairs in
and
the
now
living room. Watch
cooling
the
off pretty
protest
quickly
and
this
stuff.
evening. We're back
in
down into
this
those
show.
60s across most of the DMV. It's going to continue to cool off as we head through the overnight to actually the possibility of some 40s, especially if you're watching from western parts of the DMV.
They're
a little bit
looting
further
in
east, more
New
likely
York
to stay in the
again.
50s.
Here we
So yeah,
go.
we do have a cool night in store. I like to sleep with the window
They found a
open.
way to get these coats
Still be
out of
able
there,
to
and now they're
crack it
throwing them
open
up in
and
the air.
just make sure you're in a safe area, of course, to do
God.
so. And as we head
Throwing
into the
them
morning,
in
you
the
can see
air,
those
though,
cooler
Mike.
Yeah,
temperatures
they're
off
just
to the
throwing
west,
stuff
as I
in
mentioned.
clothes in the
We are
air.
going
They
to stay
just
sunny
pulled
tomorrow,
out of the
kind of a
store.
repeat of today.
Live on
Starting to see
CNN
the
again.
upper 60s already by around noon, and highs tomorrow
Your arrest
afternoon.
warrant will be waiting on
Peaking in those
Tuesday.
mid-70s. We will continue with the low humidity as well. Northwest breeze bringing in that drier
I
and
just don't
cooler air.
I would be so uncomfortable doing that, especially.
Tuesday, we'll
I
see
mean,
a
I guess
slight uptick
a lot
in
of
that
people are
humidity.
crew is right
are
there.
clearly getting away with this
Really
because
going
of
to
the
see the
face
hot
mask
and humid
thing.
air return. So that's
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
our next
that's your
really
one
summer-like day
protection,
for
you
you
know,
out there.
against
So if we
being
look ahead
caught
over the
and
next 3
arrested
days or
and-
so,
and
you'll see that
possibly
Tuesday
prosecuted.
is going to be very similar
Because we all are
temperature-wise,
wearing
but
face
mostly
masks.
cloudy with maybe a few stray
But
showers
again,
here
your
or there.
eyes
and
are
the chance for
exposed, so
some
the
PM
corona's in
storms
there. So
returning on
hold on.
Wednesday. Sounds like we have some more news to get you to. We'll be back with that after the
keep
break.
telling y'all playing that issue. Smoke. You coughed already, so now your cough is mixed into tear gas that's now in your eyes because now your eyes are lubricated and draining. So now you got corona, tear gas, smoke.
You play too much.
Mm-hmm. And then who knows who has washed or not washed their hands?
During this
'Cause
whole
where's the
thing, everybody
faucet?
wash their hands.
Where's
Ain't
the
nobody
faucet? You have touched
sanitizing.
on all kinds of stuff. You had posters in your hand and you shared it with other people. I can't
Where's
wait
the
till we find out. We
sanitizer?
will probably find out until probably next week how many people. Look at him. He wiped his nose, just wiped his nose on his sleeve. He's dead. Later on, we're gonna hear about him. He's gonna be a statistic.
Yep.
And now you're on CNN, so I know where you are. New York. New York, the epicenter. This is where y'all at. Ain't they still closed?
Yeah,
Well, I
I
guess
think
not
they
now.
are. They are.
I guess not during this epidemic, this pandemic, this riot and stuff. Oh my goodness.
Why does this say State of the Union is on?
All of this is just outrageous to me.
Let me see if I can get this to play. Chris Cuomo, my favorite.
That's my Nana's favorite too.
All of this
This
is
is crazy.
crazy to me.
Why CNN is following these people that are just walking down the street? Can we just
saying
switch to a
you
different
really
view?
expect us to keep asking
You know what, Ma? They probably want
to treat us well when
Probably
we've
trying
been
to get
asking
comments out
for
of people.
generation after generation?
But right now, I
Eventually,
ain't got
you
time to
stop
comment on
asking.
nothing. I'm
You
trying
start
to see what's
insisting.
going
You start
on.
knocking
Is
down
that
the
the
doors.
CBS? What is that?
Now, does that make it right? Look, those kinds of judgments become a chain. Well, is it right why they're doing
Oh,
it?
they're putting the car
Is it
out
right
now.
why
They're
they feel they
putting the
have to
fire out
do
on
it?
the car.
Is it right that hasn't changed?
That's in Boston.
So people cherry
That
pick what
car
they
was
want to be
burning in
true in these
Boston.
I was gonna
situations.
say it was
All I
taking too long
know
for that
is the
damn
same
car to
thing
be
you know.
burning.
We keep
And they got no
winding up
type of
right
rescue
back
people.
here.
Fire department.
For the fire
Situation
department
after
to put that out.
situation.
Yeah.
Administration
A
after
bucket of water.
administration. This administration has
What about
done
that
no
tree?
favors
Them trees is
to this
burning.
cause by harnessing anger. There's plenty of anger in America. And when you
trees
play
are
with
still
it,
burning.
you
I
play
don't
with
know what you
fire
read about
just as
this.
you see on the big
Right
screen right now.
Oh, I
This
love
is in
the
Boston. They're putting out a
actually,
fire that I showed
fires that are
you
happening
Yes.
on the
It's
street.
crazy.
Does not
Again,
appear
Oh, okay,
to be
here we go.
hopefully
We got
not
this
a
picture up
complete
now.
repeat of what we've seen
on top
over the past
But
couple of nights, but it looks
showing
They're
very
lighting
similar.
cars that are
Be
police
sure to tune
cruisers
in
and they're
for
lighting
ABC7
civilians
News at 11 and just about
vehicles
30 minutes
as well.
we'll see that.
Some of them are black, some of them are white, some of them are there and they're angry and they are legitimately trying to seek change. Others are not. A lot of things are true at the same time. We'll try to give you the facts as we understand them. Right now, I want to take a break.
Oh, guys, I need an engineer.
Night in front of us. Please
You're doing
stay
just
with CNN.
fine.
I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. But it's a lot of work. I got like 7 different screens in front of me.
Right now is the time for action.
That's why USAA is giving.
But you
payment
working
relief
it out
options to
though.
eligible
In this
members.
pandemic, you are working it out.
So they can pay for things like groceries before they worry about their insurance.
So you
or
want
credit
somebody
card
to come
bills.
over there and be like,
Discover all the ways we're
what do
helping
you want?
members.
No,
today.
I don't want anybody in here.
Ramping up
Thank you
to
very much.
address the COVID crisis meant that we had to think outside of the box.
They'll be like, okay, money.
We enlisted FirstNet, and it's just made the whole operation possible from a communication and a
Then
data-driven
they start
standpoint.
getting louder. I said, what do you?
For generations, all under
Spitting
one
all
roof.
that around
I
in
got
the
this set up though. So, anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
Always be here for you, my friends. Always.
Wednesday.
Thank you. I'm still thinking about trust matrix. That's a healthy question.
Oh, which one?
As far as what I believe what do you
At CNN, we
want
see the devastation
to
caused by
happen
natural
as far as
disasters, famine,
riots
and war.
and
We also see
Oh,
how
okay,
the
yeah. I
generosity of
did want to
others
bring that up.
can
What
change
is
lives.
the
You
what is
and
the end
CNN's
result of
impact
this?
your
What are
world
you
can
looking
help.
at?
Reputable charities that are checked out by
like
CNN.
I said
See the difference
before,
it makes when you
just
give time,
justice.
share stories,
Justice.
or
I just
donate
want justice.
by just clicking the
You
button.
know,
Be a part of the
do you know the
solution.
young man, I can't remember his name, God forgive me, the one that was killed down in Texas by the police, the Caucasian police officer. And she got 10 years,
Are in these kind of
just 10 years for doing it. He was in his house eating ice cream. And 10 years for shooting him in the head. And the judge hugged her. And I think, the judge hugged her. I've never seen nothing like that. A judge hugged someone who had just been sentenced to 10 years in prison time. She should have got life for doing that. I would like to see the same sentences imposed upon people who aren't of color for murdering people who are of color. That's what I want to come out of this.
What talking about when the judge, didn't he do it? Whoever it was, didn't they do a statement first, and then that's why she hugged him?
I don't know. I've never seen a judge hug a defendant in my lifetime.
Frozen.
But it was like, I know she said she didn't mean to kill him, but how did you accidentally walk in his body?
Okay, the lady that killed the guy that was in the apartment.
And the witness who said he saw her. The witness who said he saw her is dead. He got murdered a couple months ago.
DMV. Right now, a half hour away.
Yeah.
It seemed likely that's what happened.
So
Let's
that's
take
what I
some live
want.
pictures and show you what's happening.
They said
There
that
is
he was a drug dealer. He was just selling
Lafayette Park, it was
drugs.
peaceful
And that's
for most
why
of
he's
the
not
day,
here anymore.
and then it turned violent. There are fires burning down there. Heather Graff is now
probably
a
got
safe
murdered
distance
for
away, but
testifying
still in a
against that
position
young
where she
lady
can
who
report what's going on there. If we can go to her, are
They're
we
like
good
the
to go with
biggest
Heather?
gang in America.
Can you hear us?
I have friends who are in law
So
enforcement.
right now we understand on I Street there is a car burning.
I respect law
Where you're
enforcement.
looking right now, there was a large group of people. They were chased down the street, but they keep
going to law
congregating and
enforcement
then
for all the
moving.
wrong
And
reasons.
we're talking about
And those
hundreds
are the
of
ones I
people
don't
that are out and about. And it seems to be
So
the
I would like
large
the
peaceful
riots to
crowd that was there this
stop
afternoon.
because
This is
someone
not
has
the same
already
makeup
been
of those folks.
killed
These it has
behind
changed now.
the
This
riots.
has gotten
I don't
violent.
believe they meant to
switch
kill
gets flipped.
that young man, but they did open
happening
fire
a little later
into a
than what we
crowd.
experienced yesterday. It was about 5:30.
Because you're bringing out,
took a turn.
like you said
it was
before,
about 10 o'clock right when we were on the air there. And
what they
even
call
earlier, we've been getting reports of what's been happening
like I said, some
across the
people have been waiting
DMV.
for this.
We just got this update a
Some
little
people
while
have
ago.
been
There were
waiting
actually
for this
4
moment
arrests
all
at a
their
Target
lives.
in Tinleytown.
All their
Nearly
lives,
one-
and it's just putting.
Yes.
You got the
Nearly 100
coronavirus
people
going
looting
around.
stores near Western
You
and
know,
Military
it's just
Road,
so much. It's just so much
Northwest,
going on.
and
in
one additional
America.
arrest at 15th and I Street. It's not far away from, I guess,
So
on that
it's
same
very
corner
depressing.
where the car fires are starting to sprout up right now.
There's been a handful of people who have been injured. We understand that one
DC is on
protest was
fire.
either broken, but they did
LA
not
is
want medical
on
care at the
fire.
time. And the interesting thing
I'm
about this
surprised
is it seems
Baltimore's
at
not
almost
on
the
fire.
same
I haven't
time,
seen anything on fire.
across the
We're not
country,
Let's go
going to
back
know
to our
until tomorrow.
we saw now there's a
what's happening
fire
around the
Boston,
country.
there's a
Let's get
situation
to the
in Miami,
nation's capital.
Los
CNN's
Angeles,
Alex
they have a large
Marquardt is there.
gathering
So
going
you
on
had
out
the
there.
gas
Seattle got ugly at the
mask
same time.
on. It's
Heather
now
Graff
off.
again. Now we
And I
go to
hope
where she is
that- I
there.
hope that
Heather, you've
this
been listening
time
to
they
the
don't-
law enforcement
Because I remember
pushing
when
the
Freddie
protesters
Gray
away
got
using those
killed,
flash grenades.
they
flash
burned
grenades,
down the
trying to get
CPS
them
that
away
was
from the White House.
CPS for a lot of
They
senior citizens in the area who had lived there for a long time, who depended on medication from the CVS, and I saw where the Bloods and Crips united. And I said, if you guys can unite for, you know, the gentleman that was killed, why can't you guys unite every day?
Every day.
And the crowds gathered. So again, that's 16th and High Street.
Put the flags down.
Here.
It's not worth dying.
And I'm just going to tell you kind of some of the things that we've been seeing, which is on I Street, there are two cars.
The CNN was study talking.
The first car was set on fire, and then that fire very quickly spread to a second car that was parked next to it.
It's been fixed.
As far as we can tell, that was not a police car.
So you're now showing the bonfire.
That fire then spread, so the two cars and then a tree caught fire as well.
Bathroom?
And again, we're kind of walking
Where
a
is
little
it?
bit closer
Where, train station or
to where we
something?
were showing you guys earlier, the
Public
AFL-CIO building,
it's coming now.
where we saw protesters who had entered that building, smashed the windows, and then went inside and were throwing trash cans around.
But there's a bathroom. Now what are you gonna do? You can't wash your hands now.
Be careful here. But if we come around, if my photographer starts to come around this corner, you will see where that.
I'm sure they're still not in.
Again, we're only going to go as close as.
Wait till you see this guy when he swing around
and
he starts waving.
There in the distance.
Let me see all that.
And the flames of that.
He starts waving.
That were set fire maybe about 20 minutes ago and have been burning ever since.
Yes, this time.
I can tell you though, as I'm talking, I
in
now hear
Lafayette
the
Park.
sirens
Here,
of the fire
what you're
truck,
looking at here, my
and we do
cameraman
see
Jamie
DC
McMichael's
Fire
going to show
and
you,
EMS
is yet
arriving here on the scene. But from what
I
Tim was
just
saying
seen
earlier, it
waving. I
seems
just
like
seen
this
the man
is
with
one
the
of several
sign.
small fires that have now been set. So a sad and unfortunate turn of events.
He got a gallon of milk.
It's starting to look a lot like what we saw during last night's protest.
God.
You better put that mask back on because that's
because we did
COVID
get
right
some of
there.
that pepper spray a little bit
Put his
earlier.
mask back on. Hurry up and put that mask back on. That's COVID.
But again, this is the scene at 16th and
Wait till you
High
see it. He
Street.
jumped. He put that mask back on.
And
This
for
could
right
come
now,
out.
we'll send it back to you inside.
Them people started jumping in front of his camera and
Earlier,
stuff.
are you able to see or actually
Get out of there.
see any change from the crowd? You were there while things were very peaceful. Things look a little less
Let me look
unified
at what
now.
y'all
People
looking at
scattered
real quick
there.
so
Now
y'all
the chaos and fire erupting. Are you able to?
I'm ahead of
see
y'all
any
over
changes
here,
in
so I
the
don't wanna
crowd?
be,
Is it
you
the
know,
same crowd
giving away the
makeup?
goodies.
Are
Y'all
there
can
different
see
people coming in, different factions? What are
And
you
they're
seeing
just
there? Can you
showing
explain that.
whatever is on
Describe that.
fire.
They're showing that bathroom burning.
It's
That's
so
the bathroom
hard.
burning.
It's
How
so
would you
hard
set
to
a bathroom
tell,
on
Carl.
fire?
Because they don't want to wash their
Because
hands.
the crowd is
I think they
large,
this
and
is their
it's kind
time
of
of the month.
constantly on the move at this hour of the evening.
What are these, some
So
dirty
as I'm
whores?
standing on 16th Street, I can
Some
see the
dirty
White House,
protesters.
and I can still see a large crowd gathered
All
outside
right,
of
so
the
here
White
it comes.
House.
He's getting ready to
That's where this protest began hours
see something like it
earlier. But much
exploded
like
over
we
there in
saw
the
last
corner
night, as we get into the later evening hours,
inside the bathroom, which could have been the
crowds sort of
toilet or
start to
something.
splinter off
The heat.
Probably.
smaller
Oh,
groups.
goodness.
And that's kind of what we're seeing right
And
now.
then see these groups of people that just
But yeah,
ran
it's hard
over
to
towards
tell,
him.
in terms of
And
are
he has
these,
no.
Those are the
we
clothes.
use the word
See, there's
agitators,
fireworks
or
or
these
something
the
going
actions
off
of a
over
few
there.
Okay,
tear
okay, there
gas.
they go. There they go.
We just can't
So they
say
must be coming.
yet.
The police must
when
be
the
coming.
police chief was speaking this morning about the
Of course they gonna come.
arrest that happened last night. He said
And see
that
them?
those arrests would
See them?
continue.
How they jumped
Yeah.
over there? Look, he's
The
looking for his
arrest
mask
would
now.
allow
He got a
police to
gallon of
learn
milk.
more about the groups.
I don't know what
and
he
if they
need
had
that gallon of
association
milk
with any
for.
specific groups or organizations.
They ain't got no
who
milk in the house.
were
Oh,
causing
He
this
hurry up,
protest.
put that
Look at her
mask
waving.
on.
Look
It's
at her
too early
waving.
to say at this point.
Heather, let me ask you a question.
He
You've seen
hurried
a lot
up
of the
and put that
protesters
mask
walking
on.
around, especially in the evening
Look at
hours.
them. All up in
Do
his
any of them look like they have
And that is
radios
He
or
sure
are they
did put that
communicating
mask
with
on.
each other?
Look at
Because
him.
some of
I
the
made about
reports
that
we're
purple
getting is
thing
that
in
it's
that goggles.
very organized. Like the attack on the AFL-CIO building, that doesn't seem random when you figure that
He
the
hurried up
police
and put that
union
mask
is
on.
actually that's an organization
like, oh, no.
representing the police unions.
I'm
So
trying to
it
think that's
seems that
Nicole's
there's more of an
cousin,
organized
Angie.
feel to what's happening. Are you seeing that on the ground as well?
Why are you there? What you doing?
It's hard to tell. I mean, they may very well be a smaller group within this larger group that is in fact very organized, but I wouldn't want to
It's getting
speculate
dangerous.
at this
I mean,
point.
it's
I mean, I
already
can tell you what we saw.
10:37.
The damage being done to the AFL-CIO building was just tough to watch.
in Washington, D.C.
And you could
in
see
Boston,
a lot of
in,
anger
New
there
York,
as we watched that
Manhattan,
unfold
Des
over
Moines,
the last half
Iowa.
hour.
The
They haven't
attention
showed
is
any
kind of turned
too
from
much on
that
Los
building
Angeles at
down the
this point.
street to I
It looks like
Street, where
there's
this
much
car
going
is
on
now
right
burning.
now in
Heather,
Los Angeles
you say
because I
you're
know
in
they
a safer
dispersed
spot.
early.
You
They had already hit
feel
the
a
National
bit
Guard
safer
come in.
from the distance where you're standing right now. Is there someone around
Well, this
you
is
you might
weird.
be
This
able
is wild.
to talk
But
to
this
and
is
ask a few
different.
questions just to
This
get
is wild, but
the
this is
temperature
also
of the
different
people who
because
are there
they're
and
not
what they're
only doing it
expecting to
here.
see and
You know,
how they
protests are
feel
happening in
about
London, in
the
Ireland, in
destruction
China,
that is now
in
taking
already
place.
That's
Is
what
there
I'm saying.
anybody
It's
around you
happening
that might be able to
it's already
everywhere.
going
kind of
down in
give us
Hong
some of that?
Kong. So it's just not. This is not a bubble.
Yeah, we can
And like this
certainly
is
try
not
to do that.
happening in a bubble. Like this is not just
Excuse me,
here.
Carl. We can certainly
And
try
you
to
know,
do
in
that
South
here in the
America,
next
everything is already
few minutes.
screwed up.
The crowd does.
Right.
There's some people
Because
walking towards us now here a little
they
bit.
can't seem choose a leader or something.
Because they're not
Does anyone know what's going on in
And
Puerto
of
Rico
course,
right now? If they ever got their
and then I'm
stimulus
gonna go
check?
talk to some of these folks, and
I
we'll get
don't
back
know
to
if
you
they ever
guys.
got
Okay?
their stimulus
Heather,
check,
thank
but I
you.
know they're trying to open
We'll
back
switch
up
over to
because they're
Tim
ready.
Barber now.
They,
He's on the other
they
side of
cleaned up
Lafayette
real quick.
Park. He's been there
I mean, they
most
were
of the
already in
evening
the
as
state of
well. And
emergency
again,
in
this
the first
afternoon,
place,
it was a
so
different scene. Huge
I don't
crowd,
think this
very
is added
peaceful, a lot of
to
signs, a lot
their
of passion,
problem
a lot of anger,
Right.
all of it understandable.
because they
And
were
then
already
as we
there.
moved into the evening hours, things to have switched. Let's get out to Tim Barber now. Tim?
Oh,
I just feel like now,
Jonathan, it
since
took
there's
a
multiple
very,
states that are
very, very
rioting
bad
and
turn.
stuff, that's going to get the
We actually had to
attention
retreat back
Right.
from
of
where
people
we
I
were
haven't
that
in
it
seen
is
Lafayette. We're
what's going
actually
on
on
hitting.
the
in
other
Atlanta
side
yet.
of
Yeah, I
I
think
Street
that's what's
from
going to
where
happen.
Else is still going on in
we're so we're the Harry Martinez and it's the
I don't know what's going on in Atlanta right now.
So we sure were moments before we stumbled upon.
I think this is the only thing that people have really came together on is the riot in different states. This is crazy.
If we can
Refuge
come
imposed, National Guard has been called, and all the protests are now escalating. So we're now looking back at, oh, look at the police. They go to police. They coming. Hold on.
You took it down.
Up here because you got to get caught up. Come on, Chris Cuomo.
I was saying, because you took it down.
I did take it down. I put it back up because it was Cuomo talking and we can't hear him.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know what just happened. They lunged at this this group and then they fell back. Now they
Oh my God.
Now they fall back again. Let me watch with y'all over here. Cuomo, stop talking. Come on. I can't even fast forward them.
You're not
Why are
gonna
you so
fast forward
behind?
him. You gonna hit him.
Oh, he's very behind. My TV over here says 1040 and it says 1037 down there. All right, we're going to just have to, keep talking while we wait for him to come aboard. The online version is very behind than the live TV version.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll continue to describe. There's a bunch of people in DC. Oh, they running. Oh, they running.
I'm trying to see.
They just started running all of a sudden and then they stopped. What happened?
Let me see.
He still hasn't switched over to it online. They all just started running all of a sudden. She fell.
Oh God. Did she get back
up? Oh, they
up?
running again. There they go. All right. Here we go. Did they put the bonfire out? Oh, it caught up now. Now it's caught up. You missed the first part then.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, see, she fell. The girl right there, she fell.
Did she get back up?
She got up.
Okay.
Why is he riding a bike?
She got up. So he had to get ready to run.
What is that? Tear gas or something that he's spraying in that bike? Ain't nobody running no more.
To be 20 years younger again, I think I would have been there.
Yeah, me too.
Not at this age.
No, not at all. I got lit in the 90s and the early 2000s. I'm retired now.
Not at this age. I'm not gonna be able to make it.
Right. I'm retired.
Just even with at the Freddie Gray one, I was like, oh no. How long y'all walking? Where y'all going? Oh no.
I was watching from my living room.
I was watching from the studio.
I was watching from my living room eating an omelet.
We didn't walk down to the city hall. We just went downstairs and stood in front of the building and just watched them walk past us.
Yeah.
Good luck, have fun.
Yeah, I watched it on CNN.
God.
I was like, oh my God.
I was waiting for somebody to have like a churro stand or some food and goodies down there. And I was like, maybe I'll go. I'm kind of hungry. But they didn't have anything. So it was like, what am I going down here for? Y'all not even serving alcohol?
No. They trying to ride. Nobody worrying about no alcohol right now.
That's why I couldn't get involved. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking they're supposed to be waiting for something to happen because they're all looking in that direction, and that's what the direction where the police line is. I don't know what street this is. I'm trying to see if I recognize these buildings, and
It's in Washington.
Yeah, this is Washington D.C.
Okay.
And I don't recognize these buildings, but they're throwing stuff at these. Oh, they go to police right there, and they're throwing stuff at them. Oh, they moved the police line.
Police?
You don't see the police line right there? Now they got their hands up.
No.
Okay. I see.
My other phone is charging. I was watching it before. I can't see it right now. My other phone is charging.
Let me plug my earpiece in because my battery is dying. See down. Seeing them went down.
They done got to the news, people. They told us you're telling too much. Oh, what's that say?
Oh, look, they're charging.
Well, it still say resume over here. Okay, there they go.
Some officers just charged towards
oh, yes, they is. Okay, so what are they? Listen, I'm running.
They still throwing stuff too.
Yeah, I'm not. They said that they playing right now. Look at her running. Look at her running. Look at
They go tear gas. They just do some tear gas and they got
I'm not playing with them.
Are they tear gassing it because they're throwing things to police officers, or are they just tear gassing just to be tear gassing?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Ain't that's what is that building behind them? I'm trying to get a point, an accurate location of where they are, what street this is. I don't go to DC often no more, so I can't even.
I want you to stay out of DC.
I know where the White House is, though.
Yep, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Mm-hmm. I know how to get to the
look at him,
Bureau of Justice.
Yeah.
He getting up out there with his little tear gas on. I mean, his
I know how to get to the Embassy Suite downtown. Thank you.
Sir, who was you on the phone with?
Oh, that's the CNN reporter.
Oh no, who is he on the phone with?
Probably with them. His he had to put that mask on his battery hard when they in. He's talking to Dawn on the phone. I mean, the Chris on the phone.
Look, like it's getting real.
That don't matter, y'all. They're gonna tear gas you. That's why y'all keep running.
But they keep playing with him though.
Right, they're not even trying to disperse them. They just, I guess, they want them to stop at them because that's what's happening. They're throwing stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm like, why are they just pulling out tear gas? I mean, not saying that they wouldn't just do that, but I'm like, there's got to be something going on for the police to start tear gassing everybody. Because what I understand, it hurts. You get tear gas in your eyes.
I hope they get the
Trying to see what
results
this
that they're
one
looking
is.
for.
WJLA. They keep hopping from city to city. That's why I took them down because they weren't in DC. I'm trying to stay close to home because that's where I'm at. Yeah, I don't know where they are. Oh, see, they went down again. Come on. All right, we got 12 minutes left on our shift, so I gotta work in the morning again.
I hope they get the results that they're looking for.
They still got their hands up right now.
Well, they said that Jay-Z called the governor of where the gentleman was killed at and demanded justice.
What man?
To my George.
George?
Yes. Yes.
That Jay-Z called them?
Jay-Z called the governor personally and demanded justice for his death. Yes.
So what he gonna say? Hey, this is Jigga?
He's involved and he's real heavy in philanthropy now. So I believe it. When Freddie Gray.
No, I believe it. I believe that it happened, but I don't know. Oh, she got hit by something.
Oh my God. This is America.
This is her. It looks like she's probably about 18 years old, but she got shot with something.
Yeah, I saw the girl. I saw some girl had got hit with a rubber bullet.
Yeah, in her stomach.
I saw one that got hit with a rubber bullet in her forehead.
Oh, she's screaming at everything. I can't hear what she's saying.
God, this is crazy.
What happened?
I hear that.
They shot her?
Yeah, she got shot with a rubber bullet. You see her?
Ooh.
I'm a white woman in America.
That's what she said? Is that what she said?
Yes, I'm a white woman in America and I'm here to help black people. And you shot me, the police shot me with a bullet in my stomach or something like that, she said.
Welcome to being black.
You're welcome. Can't welcome that. There's just one shot.
Still don't know what this building is.
I wish I could see it because I could probably tell you what it
must be new. It must be just being built and it's under construction.
It's
very lit up for some reason. You see what I'm talking about, Naya?
No, because they're still showing her getting shot in her
that building right there in the back.
I'm seeing her stomach. All right, let's zoom it back out. Oh, okay. I see which building you're talking about over there in the cut. It's like a bluish, purplish building. That one?
With all those lights, but it looked like it must be construction. That's why I can't tell. I'm disoriented on where they are because that's a very big street.
I see it.
And it's next to a park. So it could either be J Street.
Okay, now they're showing the building. It's a pretty building. It's definitely lit up.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it got any walls. I think that's just the inside of the building.
Okay.
You haven't put the walls on yet.
That is definitely nice. I don't know where that's at. Because there's a lot of buildings on that street like that. That's lit up like that.
Okay, so many people got gas masks. It don't make sense.
I would have one on too. I would have one too.
Oh, they did something. They running.
The streets seem to be emptying out though. Where the rest of the people go?
They running.
Monty, what do you think about this? What do you think about the rioting? Do you think it's gonna help? What do you think's gonna come of it? Because you said before that 7 days from now we'll be right back to normal. What do you think? Because it's obviously people are angry. They're in a rage.
I'm still steadfast in my position that we gotta tear this down to build it back up.
Okay.
Which is why it led me to the conversation that we need to start from scratch, a brand new constitution. But that's going to take a war.
Yeah.
That's definitely gonna have a war. Take a war for that one.
Because somebody's gonna have to win the war to start a new constitution.
Yeah.
But I think after 200 years, that status, that constitution does not reflect everybody.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think it's not gonna be changed.
And just to add another layer to that, they are not our founding fathers.
Exactly. Exactly.
Definitely true.
They were the founding fathers of the white people.
Yeah.
True.
We were the slaves.
True.
Yeah.
They're not our founding fathers. We didn't get free until the 16th president.
True.
That's why I said it needs to be rewritten, but that's why I said, it needs to have like Sheila Dixon and people like that.
I say that because it galls me every time I hear a black person say the founding fathers. They're not your founding fathers. Your founding fathers was a Zulu nation.
They were just they were still considered property.
I don't find it disrespectful. I find it galling because you are acclimated. The same thing I think the same thing about religion. You have been so indoctrinated with these people's religions that you now believe in magic.
You don't believe in magic, Monty?
I don't believe. You're not gonna get me started in the last 5
minutes of this. We got 4 minutes left.
I don't believe in prayer. I do not.
Oh, really?
Because y'all praying to what? Y'all praying to who? Y'all praying to magic. Y'all praying to magic. You praying to magic.
Okay.
Because who do you blame when your magic don't work?
The person you pray to.
You blame them. Now you blaming them.
Right. Okay.
It's interesting.
I'm just saying. Y'all know. What I'm saying is if you started praying right now that this stops, that this goes away, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. Do you see what I'm saying? The logic in doing it. But prayer has always been. Religion has always been a stopgap measure. It's something for you to hope for.
But a lot of people use their religion to get out of a lot of stuff.
Right, but you're expecting some power to happen to make that happen instead of really believing. Because when did you start? Because to believe in religion is to relinquish the God-given right, as you would say, that you have free will. So to pray is to relinquish your fact that you have free will.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to say this. Back before we met,
we've had this conversation plenty of times.
I got 3 minutes. Before we met, I prayed for God to put somebody in my life as far as the industry was concerned.
Oh, and that was me. I'm ending this. I quit. I want to be fired.
Then I met you.
Don't you put that on me?
Then I met you, and my life changed. Okay, so that whatever magic I was praying to worked for me.
It worked. It worked in your favor. Look. Nate said, "Leave God out of it." I told him not to get me started in this last 3 minutes of the show. I try not to have. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings about what I'm saying, and this shouldn't be a deterrent for you. This is my beliefs, and it don't have to be yours.
You have free will to believe what you want.
Exactly, you have free will to believe in whatever you want. But I'm telling you now, I'm just saying. I mean, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can have my own opinion. And this is my damn show.
You're entitled to that.
That's right. It is your damn show. You're absolutely correct.
I just know that when I pray for $1 million, I still ain't got it.
But you can't just empty prayer. You gotta have some faith on that to get that $1 million.
So, okay.
Oh, Monty, you're gonna be a millionaire soon. Don't worry about that.
I'm not worried about that.
I'm sure you probably already a millionaire.
The funds that I have, as long as all my bills get paid every month and I can travel as well, that's out.
Right.
You traveling right now? You in space.
You're right. I'm above this planet right here. But listen, no. My point is that, like, I just recently saw a couple people. Actually, it was actually a couple people that was saying, and it was not, and it was people that that don't believe that COVID is going to affect them.
Right.
And they were out saying, God has me.
Foolishness.
God has my back. I can, and if I get it, God has me.
Foolishness.
So you say that to say that not one of those 105,000 people that have died
has not said the same thing, right?
So we're up to almost 105,000 people. So none of them were believers. None of them had faith. Is that how you're trying to put it? Because most of them were black. And I don't know who prays harder than them, the black people.
You're right.
That's true. That's the three things
they
black
praying
people
hard,
love.
bro. I mean, they're
chicken.
praying hard right now because of the protesting. They're praying right now.
Yeah, we love chicken, liquor stores, and we love Jesus. Those three things black people love.
The funny part about that is not your original religion.
Right, because we were
You were indoctrinated with it, and then you just held on and you won't let go.
I understand. I understand it. I know.
I mean, when you came over on that boat, you could not speak a lick of English, and you were planking in chain.
You're planking in chain. You're right.
And it's like y'all don't blame God for their ignorance. Stop. See that's the ignorance right there, though, because you forget you were indoctrinated with that.
So you're saying that you're saying because it has been forced upon us, this is a generation.
And y'all won't let it go. That's just it. That's it. I'm not trying to go into this any further than that. Y'all were indoctrinated with it when you came over here as slaves, and y'all just was like, okay, let's stick with it. It must be true to them. Yet they turned everybody white in the Bible.
Well, in the Bible says
I'm
that
going.
Jesus.
That's it. I'm leaving.
It's your show.
Everybody was in the Middle East, and everybody turned white, right? Okay, all right.
Have a good
well,
night.
The Bible says that Jesus was the color of brass. So he was about your complexion.
Right, but here in America, they're all white. Everybody's white.
Yeah, but that's not correct.
Even the old wise man was white. Like it's like
that's not correct.
Okay, everyone listening, you guys have a great night.
That's a part of the same cloth. It's a part of the same cloth that we're dealing with today.
Mm-hmm.
White over everybody else.
I understand what you're saying.
Do you see what I'm saying?
The superiority complex.
It's a superiority complex. There we have it. We were indoctrinated by the English language, not religion. And then they indoctrinated you with their religion at the same time. While they were teaching you to understand what they were saying before they put the whip to your back, then they gave you a Bible to pray the pain away. And that's it. And I'm done.
Good night.
Y'all have a great night. We can talk about this some more. Inbox me. I'm ready. I'm always ready. Because I do my research. I do my research. I mean, I don't understand why this is not logic. It's not sitting logic in anybody's head that you were not practicing Catholicism, Christianity in Africa 400 years ago. The Zulu Nation knew nothing about your Bible.
Yeah.
And I'm out.
Good night.
I think I'm out. The screen ain't changed. Oh.